Hello and welcome to Build Up to Good Game, an hour and 5 minutes away from kickoff at St James's Park as it's Newcastle United against West Ham United this evening. Big game for Lopetegui in particular, and he's without a couple of key players due to suspension as well. We're going to take a look at the lineup in just a second. Before we do, just want to introduce my co-host who's next to me. Gonzo, how is oneself?
I'm very well, thank you, my friend. Very well indeed. How are you? All good?
Yeah, dreading it. Like I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I'm looking forward to it or I'm confident that we're gonna win or anything like that. I'm absolutely dreading it tonight. So anyway, you've seen the team. How you feeling?
Well, funny enough, I just seen it now, just scrolling across the bottom of the of the screen there. Actually, I'd managed to avoid it with one of these late night games. You try and rush a bit of grub down, don't you? I think he might have. I think we've got a chance of winning the game. I think he might well have some regret actually that he's not done this sooner, because I think if Paqueta's playing in the middle, just to play Soler and Paqueta, I think might give him half a chance of actually having a bit of a passing midfield. I was watching your video the other day when you were alluding to the fact that did Stighton throw Lopetegui under the bus with regard to the signings because he likes to have control of the midfield and control the tempo and pass around. And you made a great point that what did he get rid of Flynn Downs for? What did he get rid of James Ward-Prowse for in that sense? But I actually looked at it, I thought, well, actually, if he really wanted to do that, if he was honestly wedded to that style, then he would just play Soler in central midfield all the time, as well as Paqueta. It's his choice to play a load of cloggers all the time in the middle. You know what I mean? And so I think this is maybe his opportunity to do a little bit. I think it'll be too little, too late. But I'm surprised we haven't seen this after the Lord Mayor's show really with this one. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with what you've just said there. You'd imagine, but right, okay, you want to outpass the opposition. That's your key principle. Well, your midfield three could possibly, or maybe should be, Alvarez, Paqueta, Soler, or Rodriguez. He's slow, but he's good on the ball. So, but we haven't, like you said, we haven't seen that yet. And he's persisted with Souček, who you would suggest is the least likely to fit that style of football. So I do agree with you there. Anyway, for the team, in case you haven't seen it, it's on the bottom of your screen. At the minute, in goal is Lucas Fabianski, with a back four of Adam Wan-Bissaka on the right. We've got Todibo and Kilman in the middle, and then Emerson on the left. We've got a midfield three of Carlos Soler, Thomas Souček, and Lucas Paqueta. Jared Bowen out on the right, and we've got Somerville out on the left, and we've got Mikel and Antonio up front. Passport found and returned to England. What do you make of the actual lineup, though? I know we've just spoken about midfield then. Is it sort of tickling your fancy, or is there anything that can tickle your fancy, though? There's
a few things, I think, but nothing I don't think Julen Lopetegui can provide at this late part of a Monday. Geo, I think. No, look, there's some good players in there. And, yeah, I think it is a half-decent team. I really do. In many respects, this has probably given me a little bit more hope than I thought before. But even with God's grace and a fair wind, even if everything is going in your favour, St James's Park is a really, really tough place to go. And I think particularly on a Monday night, I'm not saying it's worse going there on a Monday night than a Wednesday night, for instance, but, I think it's just tough. It's tough. Night game up there. Everyone's been to work today, which I think obviously for the local fans, that's fine. They go to work, they go and have some dinner, they go to the game. For our lot, we take half a day at work. We travel up there and it takes an absolute eternity. And I just think it's tough. Tough. Our players have all got to travel up there. I'm assuming they went on the coach and not Tim Stighton's jet or something like that. So it's been a horrible old journey up there. I can't see it, mate. I really can't see anything happening today. But I actually do quite like the team, truth be known. I quite like the team. But, crikey, it's taken a little while for him to get a couple of passes in there, isn't it?
I think it's not that bad. It's the defence I would have preferred Ings over Antonio, but I get it, right? So the defence is good, the attack's good. It's that bit in the middle. Can you get that functioning? And on a technical level, it's not too far off Newcastle. I think Bruno Guimaraes is a fantastic player, the best player at the six, but Paqueta can be a fantastic player. Solar's looked neat and tidy in possession. Well, I haven't been overly impressed by him. He has looked okay. I thought he looked okay against Everton in that deeper role. This is supposedly his position. Like I said, when we signed Carlos Soler, I didn't know him. I tried to do research. Part of that research is by listening to people who do know Carlos Soler and saying, right, okay, I'm going to listen to your opinion and I'm gonna take that and I'm just going to trust you. I'm going to believe you. Not one person said left winger. Not one. They all said central midfielder, number 10. So he's in that position today. So this is his opportunity to show what he can do. He's dropped Guido Rodriguez. I think it would have been easier to start Rodriguez tonight with the absence of Edson Alvarez. But he's gone with Souček in there. I imagine Souček will be the one sort of sitting out the three, and Soler and Paqueta will be your number 8s, if you like. It could work. It's just, I think under a better manager, I'd be confident of this team working and getting points, or a point, if you like. The lineup I don't think is bad. It's the concern over the tactics, because I don't think Wan-Bissaka will be playing as a right back. I think he'll be bombing on forward. Yeah, and we still have the same problems, which is the lack of cover for Adam Wan-Bissaka. So the 11, I'm okay with it. It's just how they're going to be deployed.
I agree. I think had he have played this 11 for most of the season, and I know, Kudus and so, but whatever. You want to take him in or out for Somerville or whatever, but more or less this for the majority of the season, and he played it quite rigid, or quite regimented, as you say. Nothing fancy going on. No players running away where they shouldn't be. We'd be in a better place now. I just think this is. I've sort of been asking for pragmatism for quite a long time. This seems pragmatic. It really does, and it does seem like some semblance of control in midfield, and I think we'll have that. I think where he's going to come unstuck is, whilst I think we'll probably will have a little bit more of the ball than maybe sometimes that we've had this season, I think we'll still come unstuck because we will lack athleticism in the middle of the park. And whilst we can control the ball, maybe manipulate the ball a little bit better than before, we're certainly not going to be able to outrun them or be more athletic than them. And I think that may well be what unhinges us. We're also asking, I guess, Souček played many times under Moyes. Certainly, sat back there and whatnot, but this will be a slightly different role for him today. If you're going to play him there, don't ask him to do anything silly. Don't ask him to become a third central defender. Don't get me wrong. I think Souček, when it's back to the wall time, and I think in a park the bus formation, when balls are being flung in from wide areas, I think he's absolutely great. But don't ask him to do the sort of thing that saw Alvarez struggle against Chelsea, or even Alvarez get sent off against Nottingham Forest. Don't ask him to cover those flanks defensively and try. Don't have him chasing Gordon, for goodness sake, because Gordon's alive and he won't catch him, quite frankly.
I was just thinking when you spoke about Souček. I like what a subscriber once said, and Steve 50, one of our patrons, his son says about Souček. Excellent in both 18-yard boxes, but useless in the middle of it, and of the two. And I like that analogy, and it's a little bit simplistic, but it works. You understand the point.
James. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
You understand the point, right? Well, we can't have him in Newcastle's 18-yarder tonight because that would require overtaking Soler and Paqueta. So what his strengths are. One of them quite high up the list, especially earlier on in the season, was getting in the opposition's 18-yarder, being a nuisance and getting a goal. We're not going to see that tonight, so I think this is where it's going to be difficult for him to impress, is what I'm going to say. I think tactically, I think he might find himself the one that suffers a little bit because of how we set up this evening in the role that he's likely going to be asked to do. I think he might struggle a little bit.
Well, he could suffer with the rest of us, quite frankly.
Anyway, thank you to Two Onions, because you've just set me up nicely. I was hoping somebody would comment. He's just said, nice jumpers, lads, he said here, Two Onions. And yes, it's our Christmas jumpers. I've got 2 different ones, and they're available via our store at hammerschatstore.com. We've got 2 different ones. Gonzo's got I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles. It's in a bit of a formation of a Christmas tree with a star on top. Mine just says Merry Xmas with the crossed hammers. So you can go to the store. I can't recall how much. There's about 40 left across all sizes and both different designs. They're not going to be reduced. Stock's not going to be replenished. There might be a new design next year. These might get replenished next year. We like transparency. But in terms of between now and Christmas, what's in there is what we've got left, and that's that.
There won't be transparent jumpers, by the way.
Yeah, and no one
needs to see that.
I'd like to get rid of them because they've been out in the lobby for the last 12 months, and I've been getting in the next. I promised her I wouldn't buy any more this year, hence why there's no new Christmas design. Instead, we got the other jumpers, which have sold really well. Anyway, in terms of the Newcastle starting 11, then we'll take a look at your comments in the live chat and do our little bet giveaway. From memory, it is Nick Pope in goal. Right back, we've got Tino Livramento. Centre back, we've got Fabian Schär as well as Lloyd Kelly. And then at left back, we've got Lewis Hall. In midfield, we've got Bruno Guimaraes, sort of in the middle of the three. To the right of him will be Sean Longstaff, and to the left of him will be Willock. Left forward for Newcastle this evening will be Julen, and on the right will be Anthony Gordon. That's my interpretation of it. If it's wrong, it's my fault. And up front will be Alexander Isak. And I finally got a full house on my opposition prediction on pitch. I've had a load of 10 out of 11 so far this season, Gonzo, but one of them keeps getting me. This game, finally done my 11, takes me over 90% accuracy for the season.
Well done.
Anyway, what are you thinking about that Newcastle team?
Yeah, I mean, no surprises there. I didn't know about the change at centre back there. I had 10, got 10 right myself there. So which shows you, I thought Byrne might be in, but
suspended.
Right, okay, well there you go. So, silly me, but it shows you how predictable they are, which is why there might have been a case where Harvey Barnes got in ahead of Julen. They both scored, didn't they, in the last game? But yeah, Julen probably deserves it. It's such a predictable lineup. That realistically, he's got no excuses, Lopetegui. There's no surprise there. There's not going to be a surprise tactic. And he said in his pre-match press conference that Newcastle are one of the most surprising and complex teams in the Premier League. They're really not. He's got to play this for straight back. I think he might do. I really do. I think he might do. But, this is the right team rocking up at the right time for Eddie Howe and Newcastle on the back of two quite impressive wins, actually. You could cherry pick a team. West Ham have been a top 3 Premier League teams you'd want to play at the moment to come to St James's Park. So, I don't think we're going to see anything particularly innovative. And I think they're going to come at us, and I think they're going to do so with pace. I think they could be very, very direct.
Character Escapes is missing the old Hammers Chat user interface. We can't win. People complain we don't have a scoreboard and a clock. We go get a scoreboard and a clock, then people complain that we've got a scoreboard and a clock and they want the old one. We can't win. We just got to try and go with the majority, really. Someone complained earlier. I had the graphic on the screen. I had to promote Patreon for 20 seconds. I had the graphic. I didn't mention it; just popped up on the screen. Someone said I was on the screen for a bit too long. I was like, well, I verbally didn't mention it at all. If you only listened to it, you wouldn't have known there was a Patreon promotion. We can't win.
No. So obviously there was an understanding that we had to promote it. So I'm assuming 5 seconds was okay. So at some point between 5 and there's a 15-second gap, which it's so hard for us to know, isn't it? What people want.
But we need patrons. We need people to join up.
We do. So, it's been a shit month, quite frankly. So we need some patrons. There we go.
Yeah, it's not a fun time at Hammer Chat. I mean, no European football has killed us. Absolutely killed us. Yeah. What I will say about the Newcastle team, like you said, it's predictable, but they've just got a lot of energy in that team. You've got Lewis Hall and Livramento coming forward from fullback, so Somerville and Bourne are going to get pinned back at times, and they're going to have to get back. I'm a little bit worried about Somerville. I remain unconvinced he's the best defensively. I appreciate he did that incredible block against Everton. That is different. We lost possession, and he turned around and started sprinting back. That wasn't tracking his man. There's a huge difference between getting back and defending, tracking your running. Lucas Paqueta doesn't mind tackling Paqueta. So defensively, his stats look okay. I'll tell you what, I would not trust that guy to track a runner if my life, not even my life depend on it, something else. I would, because you see it time and time again, he switches off, the guy runs and he stood there looking around, or sometimes he even looks at him, just can't be arsed running back with him. So
wouldn't trust him to do it if you had a fiver on it, Geo.
Well, Uncle Bruno would have a fiver on it. So I don't trust. Somerville's going to have to get back and chase Livramento. In midfield, it's going to be an interesting battle, our 3 versus their 3. There will likely be a bit of a personal duel, like you said, with Bruno and Paqueta. You'd imagine them two will be at it, and there's a little bit of a personal thing going on there. Best friends off the pitch. I think you've seen that over when we played them, they'll foul each other and get up and smile. But you can tell there's a little bit of aggression between them when they go in for it as well. There's that personal battle. But they've got one of the best strikers in the Premier League up front. It's going to be very difficult for us to keep him quiet. You've seen against Arsenal, Anthony Gordon whipped it in, bang, Isak was there. And Arsenal, very well-organised defence, but even they couldn't stop Isak scoring. So I'm a little bit concerned about that to some extent. But like you said, expected team for Newcastle. So there's no surprises for Lopetegui. It'd be easier for Lopetegui to plan for Newcastle than it was for Eddie Howe to plan for West Ham. Not that I think he cares too much.
I agree with that, yeah.
Harry's asking, we'll just take this question quickly. Harry's asking what's happening with Paqueta at the moment betting-wise. He's got a tribunal, his Brazilian version, on the third, Tuesday. We play Leicester Tuesday night. He can play against Leicester. He doesn't have to go to Brazil, so that's the next one. However, what I will say, Paqueta's on 4 bookings, right? So that's another one he's suspended. I hope he behaves himself tonight. Get your yellow card against Arsenal. Miss the Leicester game because you're not going to be in the right frame of mind anyway. Just take the day off. Give him the day off. Get his suspension over and done with so he's back for the following game, which is Wolves, and then we've got Bournemouth. Get his 1-game suspension over and done with in that Leicester match, in my opinion. So if he doesn't get booked tonight, I'm maybe going to be having a little look at... well, his odds aren't very good, but Uncle Bruno will be having a look at Paqueta's odds for the...
You know him all, mate.
Anyway, speaking of betting, Gonzo, what do you fancy for our bet? For you guys at home, what we're going to do, put a little bet on, and if it wins, we're going to give one of you the winnings. It's that simple. But to beat, while Gonzo's thinking of a phrase and what he wants in his bet, you're going to need to be subscribed to the channel because you need to subscribe in order to comment. So get subscribed and also drop a like on the video as well by clicking thumbs up. Nearly 1,000 of you watching, so thank you very much. It's always a little bit humbling when we see figures that high. So thank you for choosing to join us over plenty of other options out there, including Monday Night Football. One of my favourite shows, actually. I'm missing one of my favourite shows to do this. Gonzo, what are you fancying?
Well, I don't think there's any value in my predicted Newcastle win. So I don't know. What do you think? You think we should still go for a West Ham win just in case to win some money?
We've got 2 options. We do what we think, which will include Newcastle winning, or we do what we hope, which is West Ham winning. Which one do you think we should?
Well, I think Newcastle win 4-1.
So
we want to put that down.
Yeah, it's loading up at the minute. Once it's loaded up, I'll be able to get it in. We won't do the 4-1. What we'll do is we'll be a bit naughty then, and we'll do Isak to score.
Yeah.
Why is it coming up
again?
There we go. What's that? Sorry.
Again,
yes. What else do you fancy? We'll do over 2.5 goals. So that way, West Ham somehow win 2-1. As long as Isak scores, we're all right. So anyone you fancy for a booking?
Yeah, I guess there is. I do actually. Emerson. That Gordon Bennett. I mean, bloody hell, that Gordon. He does. You're not even trying to foul anyone. You're just trying to kick the ball. When he go and stick his leg in front of, honestly, be anything. You could be going towards the touchline, and you know, like they have like the Lucozade, the bottles of Lucozade. They go down and they went going to pick one up. You get a drink. You could be walking over and you're about to go and grab the drink from the touchline, and Gordon would go and put himself in between you and the drinks caddy, and just you're reaching for it, he sort of put his throat and go, "Oh, ref, he strangled me." You can't trust him, honestly. Dirty little shit. Gordon is going to get Emerson booked.
Okay,
by pretending to do something.
Right, there you go. That's our 4 things. If this bet wins, someone will get £100. Alexander Isak to score a goal, over 2.5 goals, so at least 3 goals in a game. Doesn't matter who wins. Emerson be booked and Jared Bowen to have a shot on target. If that bet wins, someone will get £100 cash. To enter in the live chat, please put the following phrase.
How can we do it?
How can we do it? Get that into the live chat, and we'll get the comment up on the screen. We appreciate the comments at the minute when you pop them in. They're covering up the bit. You can't read them very well because they've upgraded the interface in terms of the way the pitch looks and stuff like that. So they've obviously broke it. But we will get that.
I can't click on them, by the way, just so you know.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I'll click on them, but not that you can read them. So there you go. How can we do it? Get that into live chat, and you are entered into the draw, and if that bet wins, one of you will win it. John says, first time watching you two, always enjoy your bangs, but not really looking forward to this game. Might be a painful watch, and it's disappeared because the chat went too quick. There you go. Might be a painful watch, and feel sorry for the Hammers fans who have travelled.
Yes,
up.
massively. Last train, 9:31 from Newcastle, gets in at King's Cross at 3 minutes past 1. You can't even, you can't take the train and watch the whole game. I think it's disgusting what the Premier League have done here. Disgusting.
To be fair, it's a good city for a night out, though, isn't it?
On a Monday night.
Every night out's a good night.
Yeah, that's a. I don't know. I don't know, mate. I've got. So, and on a weeknight, I'm not sure I'm going out dancing, even at Newcastle or anywhere else.
And there we go. Right, look, the comment section is fixed. There you go. How can we do it? That's not the right way. There you go. Johnny's done it.
Eddie Howe.
Yeah, I know, but Johnny's done it right. There you go. How can we do it? Thank you very much, Johnny. There you go. We got the comment section fixed. Hammers Chat, new interface 1. Old interface 0. Me and Gonzo didn't even have to touch anything. Someone else did it for us. So, Gonzo, in the preview, you said 4-0. Are you sticking with 4-0?
No, I think I just changed it to 4-1, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Change.
Yeah. So what did you fancy us getting a goal? What have you seen from our lineup that makes you think I'm going to?
I've got all optimistic, haven't I? Now, yeah, just a different kind of thrashing, isn't it? No, I think we will have a little bit more control of the midfield, but I just don't. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Well, I'm not
you
sorry.
don't need to apologise. It's not. Yeah. Well, you picked the team.
I think the guy's not got a clue. I don't think he knows how to do it. I really don't. I think it was a terrible appointment. Wrong appointment. Everything's wrong. I'm sorry to say, apart from the comment section, which is looking very nice. No, I don't. If I switched it to 4-0 to 4-1, yeah, whoopee-doo. But it could be 5-0. We could lose 3-0. I don't know. I really don't. I just can't find any evidence. And I've done it. I've already done it. I've done it this season as well. I think quite possibly before the Nottingham Forest game. So I think the 2 games before the Nottingham Forest game, I think I got right on predictions. And I got quite excited. So I predicted us to beat Forest. And I saw it. I saw the team scrolling across the bottom. And I got quite excited. I thought, now there's a team that can win a game of football. And, I was wrong, wasn't I? And for a moment, I got slightly excited when I saw that it played Solera and Paqueta. So, that might give us a little bit of semblance in midfield. But I'm not going to be fooled by this nonsense. There's still going to be large gaps all over the pitch, particularly in between fullback and in between centre-back. I'm still going to continue to call them fullbacks because that's what I've got on my little tactics board thing. But no, I don't really know what to say. I think we're going to get dumped. I think we get humbled. I would like to think we can remain in this game until like the 65th minute or something. I don't believe what I'm saying here, but I'm going to say it anyway. St James's Park get a bit nervous and worried about West Ham are going to go and get a victory in the northeast. I don't even know. I'm rambling on about some old load of crap, right? What I think is more likely is we concede early, and it could be nasty. And if we concede early and it gets nasty, we may well be hoping that Newcastle decide to take their foot off the accelerator and he starts resting players and stuff like that, because it could be horrible. And if it is, no one has any excuse. I don't mean anyone watching this. No one at the club has got any excuse, because it's not like you can't see this coming. It's weird. It's a gallows thing. As I mentioned earlier, I feel like the funeral march is playing. It's the long, slow walk to the gallows for Julen Lopetegui. And there's only one thing worse than losing this game, and that is West Ham losing this game and then Lopetegui being given a week to face Arsenal to turn it around. Anyway, that's what I think. I'll go with 4-1 for the moment.
Yeah, I said 3-0 in the preview, and I'm sticking with 3-0. I'm quite stubborn like that, to be fair. But it would have taken something considerable to alter my mind this evening. But like I said, the thing, he almost couldn't change my mind, Lopetegui, because my concern isn't over the starting 11. It's how he deploys the starting 11. So no matter what he named, my concerns would remain the same. Doesn't matter which team came out. And I'm reasonably happy with that team. I'm reasonably happy with it. Yeah. Given the players available, it's not that bad. It's just how he's going to set us up is where I have a big issue. Danny says the funny thing is everyone's thinking defeat tonight, but it would be so West Ham and if we go and win this evening. Robin saying we're way too pessimistic. There will be one goal in this. We're not as good as you think we are. I think that Robin is a Newcastle fan just for
yeah. Well, he got that natural home nervousness, isn't he? You know that we all get as fans. He Robin. Sorry, was it Robin?
It's on the screen.
Robin can't. I would move my camera so I can see it, but anything could go wrong if I do that, Geo. So, Robin, no, I'm not gonna. Look, Robin can't has had years supporting Newcastle, and it's been absolutely traumatic for him. And every time he feels that they're going to try and do something, they probably self implode. It's not just West Ham that can do this stuff, of course. Robin can't quite bring himself to believe that Newcastle are on the crest of the wave and on the way up again. So he's just got that natural tendency to try and be a little bit more reserved because he can't think West Ham can't be that easy. If Newcastle turn a corner, Newcastle might be a little bit more swashbuckling than Robin thinks today, I think, and West Ham might be a little bit worse than he's given us credit for.
Gary says, I've never seen this negativity, even when Moyes was in charge. Just proves to me how crap the manager and team is. Stevie says, if our fullbacks don't play as wingers, we might avoid a hiding. But without Alvarez, we will probably still lose comfortably.
We'll have 11 men.
Lambie saying, keep it under 5. Colin Wood is saying, is our prolific striker own goals playing today? He does. We
don't score many, have we? Yeah.
Kevin said they had the 2 weeks to sort this mess. I really don't know what they think he can change, if anything. Come on, you Irons. Lewis says, at least under Moyes, I could enjoy his fiery post-match interviews. Don't even have that anymore. Club. Fezza says, if Lopetegui gets a sack, everyone who gets 5 subs on the match bingo won't be happy. Andy says, I'm not sure if I've ever seen a fan base this dejected, even when playing top-tier teams. Writing is on the wall for Lopetegui. The thing is, I've been this trajectory before under Avram Grant and stuff. It's I felt worse than this, to be honest with you, under Avram Grant.
Agreed.
Westwood says, I just don't understand why they don't do the 2-game thing. Why they do the 2-game thing. Obviously, if they think he has 2 games, then you've got to change it.
I do think if we get thumped tonight, he goes. I
think he gets Saturday. I think he gets Saturday.
Do you? Yeah. I mean, I don't think I could. I think I might spontaneously combust at some point between now and Saturday. I don't think I'll be able to handle it. I think it would be quite bad. So it's my own standards. I'm applying my own standards to it. I cannot believe for a moment that if he gets stumped today, they're going to give him Arsenal. It's almost cruel to give him Arsenal. That bear thinking about.
Gad said, you never know what will happen. The Premier League can be funny. Trev says the West Ham way would be to get a result tonight. Lopetegui will be like that dog that you can't put down. Infamy says that he likes the new layout on screen. It looks great. Hey, 1-1. Thank you very much. Preview says my only encouragement is I need 1 point in my FPL from Bowen to take top spot. As for the game, we have got no chance. I have had a good weekend on Fantasy League, actually. Green arrows all the way down that left column. I'm doing it. I'm going to win leagues.
Particularly good. Yep. Geo is a particularly good football analyst.
I'm taking it serious this season.
Yeah, well, he gets some predictions right. He knows his state. He knows his onions.
I predicted Man City to beat Spurs 4-0.
Did you not predict Man U and Ipswich as well?
I predicted that to be 1-1.
Yeah. He's very good.
Good and bad.
Very good. Yeah, he's very good. No, he is. Now he's being humble. He's very good and he's humble.
Anyway, if you're dreading watching tonight's game, you're thinking, if there was only something I could do to make tonight's game a little bit more entertaining, funny enough, we've got the answer for you. We just want to point in the direction of this video sponsors, Match Bingo. Now, they've been with us for February, and they're with us until at least the end of the year, up until December. They've been fantastic supporters of the channel. Without them, we probably wouldn't be able to do it this season. We've really relied on brand deals this year because views are down, figures are down, money's down. Luckily, thanks to the brand deals, that's been able to help us out a little bit.
Quality's up.
The link to download the app is in the description below. Match bingo, it's £2 per game for tonight's match, but if you buy 4 cards, you will get a 5th one for free. Also, you got a sign-up bonus. When you pay £10, you deposit £10, they'll give you £10 credit as well, so you got 20 quid to play with. It gives you 15 things you need to occur in the match, and it pays out the first person to get the first line, second line, as well as the full house. Plus, there's a bonus pot of £100 for anyone that gets a full house, but they weren't first. So there's £250 up for grabs in tonight's game. Next month in December, they've got new games coming out as well. So even if you have already got Match Bingo, keep an eye out because they've got new things coming. And in January, we're going to be doing a bit of an event with them. It's not, you don't have to go anywhere. It will be on YouTube, but everybody will be able to participate. Even though our brand deal comes to an end, we're still going to be doing it with Match Bingo because, well, we said do it in January. There's less games then. Anyway,
there's one thing, Joe.
Yeah.
If you already have Match Bingo and it's already downloaded, go and check it out. Just go and have a look now and open up the app because you may well find that you've got enough to get yourself a ticket for this game anyway. Because I know some people have had surprise wins and they don't necessarily know. So just go open up your Match Bingo account, go and check, and if you've got the funds in there or something, go and get a ticket, go and get your bingo card for the Newcastle West Ham game.
Dad says we're finally seeing Lopetegui give up on Rodriguez and deploy 2 number 10s in Paquet and Solar. I'm happy with this. Crow says I'm concerned we will concede in the first 10 minutes given that midfield with no defensive cover. Then it's a question of how many, especially if Callum Wilson comes on, he scores against us for fun. John says surely we can't keep being that bad. If we lose badly tonight, then Lopetegui has to go. I'm going to the Brighton game, so hopefully by then we can have someone new in. But who would want the job?
Lopetegui away to Brighton.
I think plenty of people will want the job. I do think the West Ham job still. I do. I think it's still a good gig.
Do you want it, Gio?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I think I'd end up killing David Sullivan.
But what formation would you play? This is the point.
4-3-3. I like 4-3-3. I think it's my favourite formation in football. I think it gives you strength go forward, but also strength defensively as well when used right. It's the way that Liverpool play. I think that's how it's my ideal kind of way of playing football to some extent. But if you had a good number 10, like a really out of this world number 10, then I'd be giving that geezer a free roll. So you're smart enough. Go. I wouldn't give him instructions except go do what you want to do. And a bit like what Bruno Fernandes does at times for Man U. He's not everyone's cup of tea, but he reads the game really well and he goes where he thinks he can dictate play and impact the game. And I think that's what I do. I don't think we've got one at the minute, but if we were to get one. So 4-3-3, I like it. Jan says the Premier League is all over the place this season. I am not writing this game off.
It is all over the place. That is true. There's been some weird old results in the last couple of weeks.
Darren says happy with the new screen layout because it's been 0-0 for 27 minutes.
Right. Good attitude.
It's as good as it gets from screenshot.
Only an hour left, yeah.
Yeah. Adam says the only thing that's been enjoyable this season is us two keeping their peckers up. We've been keeping a pecker. I'm not
done anything to assist anyone's pecker. Thank you very much.
I feel depressed after listening to Gonzo's videos every day.
All right. Difficult enough keeping your own pecker up. Never mind being responsible. What'd you say? 1,000 people watching this, Gio?
Yeah.
No one wants that kind of responsibility. That's too much fluffing for anyone, quite frankly.
Me getting my pecker up got me in trouble. There's a baby due in 3 weeks.
Certainly did. There you go.
We don't need any of that. I'm actually all this season I've been like, oh right, I hope it's going to be boring, like in between games, so I don't have to miss any games, work, etc. But because of like the wedding, I didn't really miss watching West Ham that day. I'm thinking, actually, do you know what? I'm hoping it's boring when West Ham's on. So I've got a legit excuse to not do a couple of videos on that day, and I don't have to watch the game. But I keep saying to her, hopefully it's not boring when we play Wolves on a Monday. Like, hopefully it's not boring that day because I feel bad being at home watching West Ham while you're giving birth. But
that's well, you know, that shows what a nice guy you are. That you would be at home watching the football but feeling bad. That's
making money for the
very modern.
Making money for the baby. That's what I'd be doing. Hasib says you take Cooper over Lopetegui. That's not for me. Funny enough, Mr. Doofus literally says everyone else worried about Cooper being available.
No, they won't take him. They won't do that.
Jake says our midfield looks so slow. Personally, I would like to see Ollie Scarles in there. This looks like we're going to get overrun and battered. And Werrell says Soler should be in his best position. Let's see what he can do. Thank you for your daily videos you make. Thank you. It's very kind comments.
They are nice comments. Everyone's. It's not even gallows humour. It's everyone's resigned and they're thinking. Even though it's
they're trying to motivate
horrible,
us. So we're
just let's all be nice to one another because the team are going to be horrible to us very, very soon.
Speaking of Ollie Scarles, he is on the bench tonight for West Ham.
I didn't know. If only I was watching a stream where somebody had read out the West Ham bench, I would know these things.
Apologies. The bench for West Ham this evening is Areola as well as Creswell and Soufal. Mavropanos is on the bench alongside Ollie Scarles and Guido Rodriguez. Andy Irving is on the bench with Louis Guilherme and Danny Ings. So that's why I've not read it out. It's a bit depressing, really.
Good for Scarles. Good. Excellent.
The bench for Newcastle, if anyone cares, is Dubravka, the goalkeeper, with Kevin Trippier. Tonali's on the bench with Callum Wilson, Harvey Barnes, Matt Target, Osula is on the bench with Murphy, and Almiron is on the bench as well. So, yeah,
Barnes looks so good when he comes on a sub, isn't he, as well? He's direct and good. There you go. My technical input.
A bit of a more inspiring bench than ours, because do you know when you were saying, I hope you can keep it tight for an hour, and I get what you're saying, but usually it's like, keep it for tight, and then we bring on this player and we'll go and try and win the game, but we don't really have this player, unless it is Guilherme, Ings, but it's not.
No, but just would be an achievement in itself just to not get thrashed before the hour mark, I'm thinking.
It's really bad, isn't it?
It is bad. I can't think of a time. The thing is, I'm not in a foul mood. I'm just not. I am expecting, and I feel that vibe with everybody else who's sort of having a joke, and you almost like accepted it. And I know that's wrong, and I know, some people. And to be fair, no one in the chat here. I know some people think, "Come on, get a grip, stop being so negative and stuff like that." But I've done my stints this season where I said, no, we're going to win this game. We're going to do. I think I actually said it before the Man U game was one of them. But we really needed some extraordinary things to happen to get that victory. I can't think of a time when I have been less enthused for the game and had less expectancy, and I think that's really, really, really tough. And I just really hope it doesn't seem like a really, really long night. It's what I would call a so it's actually, there's something on it. These are Velcro, so this is the back of my whiteboard here. I'm not going to show you what's written on the other side. It's nothing offensive towards anyone watching this, but if a game's really bad, it's a double whiteboarder. That's what I call it, right? So basically, my pen for the notes when I do my video afterwards, a normal game is enough just to. I'll normally get most incidents on there, on the other side of that. But I do have a secondary whiteboard when things are really bad. It's a double whiteboarder, and the green whiteboard marker comes out as well to highlight terrible, treacherous things that have happened. So I'm hoping we don't get a double whiteboarder.
Interesting. Lewis says, not going to lie, all the negativity's got him slightly feeling that we're going to win.
It's good. It's good. Why not?
At last, something to make you feel like you're going to win. All the negativity. Why do you think we're going to win? Because everyone is so negative. I've decided we might win.
I love that. It's like, do you know what? I've just got so used to losing so much money all the time that I think I'm going to be rich.
Charlie Woodgate, who's there, says, good evening from the back of St James's Park away end. Getting vertigo up here, starting to feel like we're going to win.
Is it cold, though? It's
got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be. No, he didn't know. I don't know. What do you mean? Show us your ring. We don't have OnlyFans. Hang on, you got to pay a bit of extra if you want to see my ring. That doesn't come free. I got scammed on my ring. If you tuned into Naked, I got. Well, I didn't get scammed. I just got done by a good salesman. He outdone me. and
Good.
I've got a reminder for the rest of my life.
Decent ringage.
It is a decent ringage, don't get me wrong, but I didn't want a decent ringage. I wanted an average ringage for a decent price.
Almost weren't found, but yeah.
But I didn't. I got a good ring, an expensive price, one that was...
Nice box, I thought. They came in a nice box.
That was a custom box. The box he gave us in's got their branding on the inside. I thought, I ain't having that in my photos, so I got a custom box so that the photos wouldn't have their branding in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, you got to pay for this sort of stuff. We sometimes do free promos for people by mistake. Barry says 2-1 West Ham. Can't hope we lose, but still want Lopetegui. Yeah, that's me. I want to win, but I do want him gone as well. Osbedian says it's so good. It's so bad. It's good. So negative. It's positive. John received his jumper.
He's got a mug there as well, John. Of course.
Yeah, nice. There you go. And we've only got 2 of them left. I was rearranging the mugs. Metaversal...
Didn't take long to rearrange 2 mugs, did it? Probably, I'm thinking.
It was because I was fitting in Andy Irving mugs and the Unt mugs.
You were. You didn't have a Kilmer mug and a Todibo mug, did you? And then take the Irving mug and put it back into the middle between the 2 of them just to cover them in case anything happens?
And open the window and threw Wan-Bissaka out of there.
Absolutely. This is what's going to be done.
There you go. The bus went past, so I threw Wan-Bissaka under it. Right, show the ring and subscribe. You'll subscribe to Patreon. Well, you better. It's there. Right there. It is. I don't know. You can't. It's too bright. Let me see if I can kill the light a little bit. There you go. There's my ring. I was. Funny enough, that's how I end up wooing her as well.
It's like, I tell you what. Oh, Gollum over there. Bloody hell. Crikey. Anyway.
There you go. We've lost the plot here. We've absolutely lost the plot. Right, we've got one of our watch-along hosts in the green room. Hopefully the other one will be along shortly. Then we can get them on. Right, I've got too much.
He's very low down. I've noticed in the green room. Nick. He's very. You want to get a couple of cushions under your bum or something, Nick?
Anyway.
There you go.
Speaking of Patreon, we've got promotion on until the end of November, so just under a week to go. If you want to join as an addict, you can get the first month half price. The code is on the screen, which is 8 Delta 52 Alpha. Pop that in, you get the first month half price.
That's catchy, memorable code.
Well, it's on the screen. That's why I remember it. Yeah, you can't have custom ones. Not like Manscaped with Hammers Chat Pubes. They give you the code, and that's that. There you go. But we'll wait and see. Robert said, I think Somerville will have a good game. Prove that left wing is his. Fred saying the lineup could have been worse. Mark saying changing my prediction from 6-0 Newcastle to 5-0 Newcastle.
Okay.
Thunder says, sounds terrible, but I either want us to win or lose. But if we lose, then I want us to get a spanking so that Lopetegui is off ski. I guess I kind of get that, actually.
It's understandable.
Yeah, because a 1-0 defeat, he's not going to get sacked after a 1-0 defeat, is he? We're going to have to get a hiding, I think, for him to get the sack tomorrow.
I'm not so sure.
What, you think if we lose 1-0, he might get sacked?
I think, I might. Let me just say might. No definite prediction. I think there's every chance. I highly suspect the next guy is lined up. I think they're ready to go. I think they're just waiting for an excuse now, which I think is terrible because it means they've already decided he's going. I think they've already decided he's not. They already know. Truthfully, the club know he's not good enough and he can't turn this around. Everyone knows it. I reckon Chinsky knows it. Sullivan knows it. Stuyton knows it. And I reckon they probably know he's coming in. So I don't think they need much. I think it's a slightly different situation. I also don't, for reasons I've said before, I think previously you probably had a time where there was Sullivan, Brady and Gold. They're all probably quite close. We've now got another factor in there with Kretinsky. There's going to be other pressure here to get this sorted out. So I just don't. And you mention it all the time, Geo. He's not got credit in the bank, this guy. So yeah, I think he can still get sacked. It would not surprise me if he is sacked in the morning. With just our bloody luck that it happens at midnight tonight.
I might be up doing fan cams.
Go live, you go live, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be up doing fan cams. Speaking of fan cams, you want to send us one, please do. hammerchatpatreon@gmail.com, but send it before tomorrow night at 7 p.m. We won't upload them anymore. We've got to have a bit of a balance in that because people are complaining about fan cams as well as the overlay, as well as the graphics.
Lewis said earlier on in the chat, he said he didn't think you'd left the advert up for long enough.
Yeah. I might put the advert up now, actually.
Let me just click it. Obviously.
I'm clicking it. The advert's up now. Gonzo can't see it, but the advert for patrons on the screen now. But in terms of fan cams, please send us it before 7 p.m. tomorrow night, because I understand why people aren't all keen on them, etc. So what we'll do is upload them the following day only, so Wednesday in this case there won't be any fan cams Wednesday onwards. I think that's a fair compromise, right? Gonzo, this is where you say yes.
Yes, fair compromise.
Ben says, I'm convinced we're getting battered 7-0. Look at Newcastle last year against Sheffield United. They smashed them 8-0. Well, that's the thing. We're 4-0 down. Most teams take their foot off the pedal. Newcastle will be bringing on Harvey Barnes and Callum Wilson and Kieran Trippier. Yeah. Andy said, is there any chance we lose the next two badly to still give him Leicester and Wolves? Not badly, no. I don't think.
No.
Jack says, had enough of all the negativity, going with the delusional optimism of 3-0 West Ham, Jared Bowen hat-trick.
Good, I like it.
Weddle saying, if you could change 3 West Ham players for 3 Newcastle players, who would they be? And it has to be fair trades.
Fair trades? I'd bring in Bruno for starters.
Fair? He said fair trades.
What?
He said...
this is it's too close to kick off to be putting these rules in there. I'd definitely take Isak. I'd take Bruno. I don't know. Tough one. Do I take a fullback or not? Possibly I do. What, Geo?
I'll say... I know people... I'm on my way to break the rule a little bit here as well. I'm going to say Isak for Kudus. I'll give them Kudus. That'll be a trade, right? I'm keeping it fair as much as I can. I'll say... I'd say Lewis Hall, but we don't really have a defender to give them. Mavropanos, so he's a bit too cheap, maybe. But if I can get away with that, Lewis Hall for Mavropanos. Midfield, I'll say Willock for. Just not Paqueta, I guess. So there you go. That would be my 3.
So that'd be a right one because we don't even own him. We don't, and it'd be done. They say, Newcastle say, can we have his registration, please, Mr. Sullivan? And he'd say, not so sure.
Do you remember Tevez and Mascherano? Because we've got something similar going on at the minute.
It's different. We've got fourth party ownership now. Yeah.
How do you like those onions? If we're still missing someone in the green room, let me just check my phone and see if he's...
I do exactly the same thing.
Well, you go check your phone and see if...
I'm checking my phone. Oh, do you know what I hate? The National Lottery keeps saying, we've got a message for you. Well, good. And then you turn and it says, don't forget to play the National Lottery. Oh, piss off. Do you know what I mean? You make it sound like I've won something. I've not won anything.
Had you done the lottery, though?
I had done the lottery,
okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't be excited if I'd done it. Yeah.
I did Euro Millions on... I'm a plastic when it comes to the lottery. I only get involved when there's like a
150 million or something.
Yeah, on Friday it was 100 millionaires. I thought, I'll have a dabble on that one then. And then I'll disappear for a little bit. And then when it's like enhanced jackpot or there's extra millionaires, then I'll get involved again. And yeah.
Hello. We got a Northie.
Is he where? Is he in the green room? He's in the green room. Brilliant.
In the ninja.
Right. I know you can't. I know you can't click on them, Gonzo, but could you read out some comments, please, whilst I try?
I can. I'm on the wrong section. Bloody hell! You lot need to slow it down. Actually, don't. Carry on. Right. Let's just get through to some comments now. Well, actually, funny enough, Charlie said he might try and record a fan cam before they kick him out the ground. He's got a 6-hour drive home, so. Yeah, not good at all, by the way. there's lots of people suggesting who to swap players for. As somebody asking about the Christmas jumpers, hammerschatstore.com. Sorry, that's the mime we should be doing. Hammerschatstore.com. Darren said he would take Frank Bruno up front at the moment. So he's fancying Bruno. He wouldn't play Ings, play Bruno. Ionix, this is my kind of swap. He's saying he would swap Cresswell for Hall. What's the point in doing a realistic one? I'm not doing a Kudus for Isak one. Joseph said he would like Isak, Bruno, and Gordon. Yeah, Gordon's good, isn't he? Definitely. Dean says, evening, fellas. I think we will be humiliated tonight. Unfortunately, prediction is 6-0. Can you imagine? 6-0. Surely even Geo, you wouldn't even think that if we lost 6-0, he keeps his job, right? I know you probably don't. Wayne says, if we must lose, hoping for 3-0, enough to get Lopetegui to boot, but not too big to dent our goal difference. I mean, what I wanted to say here was, mentioned it earlier on in our Patreon breakfast show, which was, we are so precarious now, and you're looking at Crystal Palace at a decent enough result against Aston Villa. They're in the bottom three. There's nothing. One of us is -7. One of the other one's -8. Nothing in goal difference. We're 4 points above the drop zone. I don't even think we're in a position to be losing games at the moment.
We're only 3 points.
I thought we were 4 points.
Ipswich drew, so we're now 3 points ahead of Ipswich, who are... It'll be on your screen. Look at it on your screen on the lineup build. I think it's got the league table. You've got to wait till it goes to the fourth slide, which is the very bottom of the table. We're down in those ones. But if we win tonight, we go from 14th to 14th. But there's a gap opening up.
And what's not to like about that? No, I know. Yeah, you can see it. But as I mentioned before in a previous video, Gio, I don't see a single team above us that we're better than. I don't look at that and think it's unjust. I think they're all better than us, the teams above us.
I think we're on form. We're actually better than Man City at the minute.
That's true.
Just saying. Lost 5 in a row. Lopetegui ain't done that.
Actually, Barry, I can't say that. We'll say Hulk Rug and Granny Dings for Isak. That would be his swap.
There you go. Anyway, sorry to the poster whose rules were your rules were not respected. I did my best to go along with them. Right then, Gonzo said 4-1 Newcastle. I said 3-0 Newcastle. I would love to tell you that when we switch over to the watch-along hosts, Nick and Northie, that they're going to be bringing much-needed positivity to the stream. But that would be lying. Nick's giving us a thumbs up and saying that he's ready to go. He's giving it a come on, you irons. We'll get him on the screen in just a second. Before I do, don't go anywhere. These two are with you for the duration of the game. They're going to be telling you all the action that's occurring at St. James's Park. But please do drop a like on the video. Subscribe to Hammers Chat. Gonzo, I will catch up with you tomorrow on the player ratings. And for now, it's over to Nick and Northie. Gentlemen, take it away.
Hello. How you doing? Are you geared up for this one, Nick?
Thanks for joining us, Northie. I mean, you've deprived the people of at least 20 minutes of my company with your rebooting, routering nonsense.
Yeah, I've relocated to the kitchen.
You don't have a massive bottle of Moët et Chandon behind you. And we've only got 10 minutes left, so we might not even get through my quiz, which is what I had nicely lined up.
Nick, this is a West Ham match. The game's going to be so that you can probably do that during the game. Don't worry, unless something magical happens. And I don't actually mind this lineup. I'm going to say that I think this is we've got rid of some defensive midfielders. I'm quite keen on this.
Yeah, I mean, getting rid of defenders is not really what I would say losing relentlessly 3 and 4 goals down. I mean, I guess, like if you want to throw some magic at it, then why not? For it. Just less midfielders.
This is like the Newcastle Liverpool matches. This is going to be a 4-3.
Yeah, I'm just... the comments... I think the comments have gone down. I was going to say... Dean says, Nick, you sound like you're in an echo chamber. I am. I'll have to, if I do this, if I speak like this for the whole game, is that better? I think it's because of the room change. So I changed the room and you'll get used to it. But importantly, do the comments. No, the comments don't work. So Geo, if you're listening, the comments don't work. Can you click on the comments, Northie? What does it say? A request failed. I also can't hear you. So we're off to a technological wonder of brilliance and genius. Can anyone hear it? I was going to click on this. Shamrock Dan says speak faster, which I can do. But first off, I was just going to see if people can hear. Is the audio quality okay? Just, you know. And we can't click on the comments. So just... Still can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. I don't know if other people can. Jordan says, are you using a voice changer or is it an awful mic? The mic's actually ridiculously expensive, but I don't know if... Okay, so he's a good start. So let me do some double, triple checking. No, I think, yeah, it should be okay with this mic.
Am I back?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Good. Weird.
Is my sound for you okay?
It's
I promise we'll get into some form of banter and gamesmanship as soon as we figure out who can hear who.
This is going as well as Lopetegui's managerial reign, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to blame anyone, then blame Lopetegui for everything that's happening, including my sound being echoey. So I think I've got buttons here. Why don't I bugger around with these buttons?
Nick, while you do that, what are your thoughts on Soler starting? You're not a massive fan, are you?
No, I don't have any thoughts. I don't have any thoughts on West Ham United Football Club anymore. I spare myself the misery and the anguish. Sometimes I watch the YouTube channels, obviously, like this one, E20 Zone TV, West Ham TV, Claret Booze, West Ham Way, West Ham Voice. So when I say some of them, I basically mean all of them. I think I've forgotten one there. West Ham Network. Yeah, I watch them.
Other channels.
All the other channels, many other channels are available. Don't, you know, this loyalty is overrated. It's not great, but not terrible, says Jordan. Well, that's me in a nutshell, Jordan. Not great, but certainly not terrible. Sounds like the vocal is doubled, not echo. Yeah, I don't really know. I think I'm blaming the Video Ninja platform. That's because it didn't happen with my wonderful StreamYard that I prefer. But what the hell were we talking about at this point in time? Oh yeah, the fact I don't know about West Ham. Like, I don't really care. Like, football will be played, and then we'll lose, and then I'll just be waiting between that point tomorrow and Saturday to see if we still have the same manager. Oh, but this is going to get weird now because my dog's playing with her toy. So if you hear alarming noises of growling and grunting, it's not Geo and Gonzo having a Vaseline-based mud wrestle on the floor, which they usually do. Obviously, Geo will often win that because he's Scottish, so he plays dirty. But I'll have to get my dog out of the room. My dog's name is actually Echo, so there's a lot of irony there. And I do have lovely little pina colada lined up for myself.
Drinking on a Monday.
These 2 measures of white rum, 8% volumes, a perfectly mixed cocktail, ready to drink.
People will start talking if you're drinking on a Monday.
So yeah, I didn't really watch much of Monday Night Football, but from what I saw of it, I think they gave this game a well-deserved 10 minutes coverage. The rest of the time, they basically talked about Manchester City because they're obviously obsessed with that. I'm going to kick my dog out the room because she's going mental.
No worries. I'll look at some of the chats. Marky Boy, I don't know if this has been covered because I say this every week, Marky Boy. How Ings hasn't got a start is beyond me. I mean, I know Antonio's been rested, but he can't even remember his passport. He's forgotten how to shoot. He's forgotten how to travel. I don't know what he's doing. Why are we still playing him? Oh, for God's sake, come on. Let's give Danny Ings a go. I know he's not everybody's favourite, but you've got to be starting Ings. But I don't mind. I don't mind Soler instead of Rodriguez. I think at least he's going to go for it. I think he has to go for it today. So it could go spectacularly wrong, or it might just surprise us. There's been some funny results. So fingers crossed. Let's see what other comments are here. Fremer says Darth Vader. I'm assuming that's you. Darth Vader for the next manager. Pep's going to be available soon, so there's 1 week. If we hold out long enough, we could get.
If we
Pep.
hold out for the next 5 years, then we might be onto something. They're on Sky. They're doing one of those nonsense team comparison wheels, which is always completely less than even slightly helpful. I think what you can gain from it is that Newcastle are reasonably good, and we're absolutely a pile of poo. That's what I got from their continued nonsense. I mean, there's 4 minutes to go, so I think that's why I'm just calm at the moment, because now the dust has settled, and we still have the same manager.
Who are you going for as first scorer? This isn't going to be a 0-0. And I ain't giving that a kiss of death.
No,
this will
it's
not
going
be a 0-0.
It's going to be a 4-1 to Newcastle. There's no way it won't be. So I think it's just going to be like the most obvious game of football that has existed. I think their striker's going to get the first. So I think Isaac's going to get the first. Gordon's going to get one. Willock is going to get one, and then Callum Wilson to come off the bench for the fourth.
Callum Wilson always scores against us.
Exactly. So everything that you think could happen will happen. Probably get a red card. I'm thinking Paqueta or Soler.
No, Paqueta maybe if he's had a few quid in it, but I don't think Soler will.
I still can't get any of the comments up, so I don't know if just because
I'm just reading it off the YouTube channel now. I can't get it up, but that's fine. They're a bit behind, but we'll get to you.
Yeah, someone came up with Simon says it sounds like you have a second mic. Oh yeah, maybe I do. Try reducing your mic threshold. Oh God, this is just what you need when you're about to watch West Ham be absolutely relentlessly done.
I think everybody's saying that. Well, not everybody. Isaac to score first. A couple of people have said that. Inex said Gordon to get a penalty.
Is this better?
Yeah. Talk.
Was it bad for you to begin with?
Yeah, no, that's better now. You're all good.
It's better. I fixed it. That's good. Oh, that's good. Now I can sing about pina colada.
I prefer the other voice.
Hellaciously feminine drinks, because it's almost 2025, and to all the men in the chat, we need to rapidly get on board with the new wave of the future. So the mighty West Ham team is about to come up on the screen. So here are the losers for today. That's yeah. Still can't get comments up. Geo, can you hear me? Tell the techie man to get comments up. I think DC went for a joke. Said, "Is it better?" He said, "No, I can still hear you." So not bad. And someone said something good here, but the comments are flying and keep them going. But
it's the same on the main channel. It's just a lot of score predictions. 4-1 if we're lucky. There doesn't seem to be much positivity around, so we can't really help you on that one.
I mean, Simon, who helped me with the sound, I'll help him with his grammar, because he said, "You're welcome, lads." It should be "you are your YOU apostrophe RE." So right back at you, Simon. You give me the tech chat, and I'll boomerang back some syntax and grammar.
Steve Palmer says, "Bring on the battering." That's the spirit.
Yeah, well, I think there's I don't know what the joke is there. There's probably something to do with like Geo battering his food because he's Scottish, or Newcastle people are Northern. I mean, I would say like more or less Scottish, but then it would get me in a lot of trouble. West Ham are huddling. This is the first huddle I think I've seen my football team have in 15 or 20 years. We're not really a bunch of huddlers, which I don't mind. I mean, the huddle is a bit silly. Like, they spend all week with each other. So in an ideal world, everything has been said and it's just get on with the job. Not like extra huddle, guys.
They don't really play like they know each other that well. So
yeah, I mean, it's like that's also the confusion with the huddle. It's like we've been absolutely criminally terrible for 3 months, and they're like, right, come on, huddle. Let's huddle this shit together. That's enough of that. Let's play football, boys.
DC said, I'd almost be disappointed if West Ham didn't get absolutely bummed into next week tonight. which probably sums up how a lot of us are feeling.
I'm also trying to do the clock. Everything I click on this just says request failed, try again. So it does fail, but it does give you that note of encouragement to try again.
I think that's we need Geo on at half time to get that fixed. A tonking incoming, says Hasib. I agree with Dean. Come on, boys. So we've got to bring the positivity. You never know. I mean, Tottenham beat City 4-0. Strange things can happen.
That's not making, I think, anyone in the chat feel any better.
Yeah, probably right. Sorry about that. Everyone.
Well, Tottenham Hotspur are really on the up. We've got our first Where is Charlie? You probably didn't have time for your bingo today, did you?
No.
That was quite good. I enjoyed the and you're in the wrong room. You don't have the button for it anyway.
Yeah, I've still got I've still got the button. I've still got all that. I had to carry all that in. So I can't remember what button it was now. So I'll press the wrong one if I do it. So
whichever one goes bingo. I mean, if you have any like dodgy buttons and they just make weird sounds.
Yeah, I did have some other ones. Like, I don't know if it works. No, I won't mess around. I've messed around too much on my
in your life
internet tonight, so I'm not going to do any more.
Yeah, okay. I'll go through some comments, even though I can't get them on the screen because of technical issues. Marley Pringle, which is an interesting name. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I miss Moyes. Oh, Moyes would have been in the bingo game.
100%.
Yeah, Paul says just seeing Loppy, he looks done. Well, WebGibbs says some of these comments are pathetic. Too much negativity. Well, WebGibbs, it's difficult to perfectly apportion negativity to the exact scale that meets the needs of every single individual person. So, while you say they too much negativity, some might say not negative enough. Simon Ashurst, full name, says in the huddle bone saying ignore J-Lo's team talk. And Julian Irving, where is Charlie this season? He's on a pilgrimage.
Sabbatical.
To the St Austell Brewery in Cornwall.
So West Ham, I mean, we're chasing them down. Even Antonio's running. You can tell he's fresh.
I admire you watching the game. The bit I watched, they played a through ball over the top and had a shot off target. So for me, that I was ready for a goal at that point.
Yeah, that was wildly off target, to be fair. Now I'm on, just to warn you, I'm on Now TV, which is official. It's not hooky, but it is a bit behind if you're watching it on normal Sky. So you'll probably take the lead when it comes to shouting goal today.
Shouting.
Well, yeah. Hopefully
stating that the opposition have scored. Yeah, Jeff Watson says, I'm careful what I wish for. Obviously, they were clickbaiting us. Robbie Fowler in the Mirror, which I don't read, but Google just told me it existed, so I felt like clicking on it. He led his article in the glorious newspaper, The Mirror, by saying, sometimes football fans should be careful what they wish for. But just, why would you read The Mirror? Where is Charlie? He is.
Someone's not been here for a start of the season.
No, he's slow cooking mushroom soup in my kitchen. So yeah, almost 4 minutes in. What has happened in a football?
West Ham have lumped it forward to nobody, and Newcastle just get it back. So West Ham have not done anything yet. Early days.
Yeah, the ball got. Oh, hang on a minute. No, the ball went over to Anthony Gordon unmarked, and our defense kind of ambled back. At the moment, you might say we're counter-attacking, but let's see what comes of it. No. Unfortunately, Carlos Soler, with his beautiful hair, buggered that up.
David is saying 2-0.
There we go. Is that 1-0 Isaac first scorer? Yes. 1-0 Newcastle, Isaac first scorer, as I said, would happen. Oh, they say it's off. Someone's saying offside now. Let's have a look.
That's just coming up on mine.
Not convincing. Oh yeah, maybe he was like 5 centimeters. I don't know if VAR are doing anything. Oh, they are doing something. Oh yeah, maybe he's off. Maybe he's off. Why do we have comments still are working? Geo, if you can hear me, Geo. The comments. Get the YouTube techie man fixing stuff. Red Men is watching this, so we've got a Liverpool fan. One would assume.
Nick, what minute are you on?
5:20.
Yeah, can Now TV be a minute behind? It's better on the Fire Stick.
Yeah. Or you just could have used those text-based links that we had previously. So yeah, I mean the goal has crossed the line.
Basically. That was very close.
Isaac almost scored. What are the odds on him being first scorer? Let's check. Let's have a little look-see at the odds situation.
DC said twice we played a high line and got caught. Yeah, it is a high line. When we've got no defensive midfielders.
Anthony Gordon to score or assist is 11-10. It's really not bad. Newcastle to be leading at halftime, 11-10. It's really not bad. You've got Isaac first scorer 4-1.
What is Antonio first scorer?
It doesn't matter.
40-1.
I don't want anyone to waste their money. Please.
Richard, is that the internet for you, Northie? It's not the internet. It's just Now TV. Like it's part of Sky, but it's just a minute behind. It's a pain in the backside.
Let's see. Player to score.
Watching from LA.
I mean, Antonio first is 12-1. If you just wanted to throw your money down the drain for no reason.
When you think like that's your main striker, it's 12-1. That's mad.
Yeah, I mean he's 34. When is he? I've been meaning to look up when he's 35 because then whenever I refer to him, I can say he's 35 in, and that makes him sound even older, which kind of shows how pathetic we are. 28th of March, so he's 35 in March. Everyone,
amazing. Fremer says we look like a League Two side. I'm near Colchester. They won at the weekend, so I don't think we look like a League Two side. Antonio is done with football.
DC says, Charles, since these two arseholes turned up, we've been rubbish. Come back, mate. That's nice. Yeah. I mean, the only thing is just calling us both arseholes is not really, I mean, it doesn't kind of pertain to our individual level of nonsense. I'd like to be individually insulted, not lumped in. With someone else. Marley says this is painful, but I want to stay positive. I mean, it's 0-0. So, and Obsidian Curse says, is it going to be another Man U fluke result? No, it's not going to.
Nick, would you rather we lost a couple, not by a lot? Like if we lost, I mean, Newcastle and Arsenal, if we lost them and Loppy went, or if you won this and it kept Loppy in for longer?
Yeah, I mean, I'm impatient now. So. Like I'm okay with personally. I mean, I guess it's my opinion, so I'd be okay with it. I'm okay with wanting West Ham to lose to enact change, because, like, it doesn't. For me, that doesn't change anything in me. It doesn't make me like a bad supporter. It's not like I want to support such a shit football team. I just have to, and I don't have a choice. It's just my brain just does it for me, and I'm like, brain, why are you doing this? I hate this so much. We never win. So I want us to lose. Doesn't mean I'm being like cruel or mean. I just want change, and I'm feeling impatient. I want change quicker rather than inevitably later when he doesn't suddenly like improve and win us the FA Cup. Oh, goal, Souček, 1-0 West Ham.
There you go. There you go. Come on.
I don't know what his odds are.
You always got to have Souček.
It was a corner. Souček did well, but from what I saw of it, their defenders were basically all stood still. So
I see it Loppy until Christmas.
It was an Emerson one. I wanted to check it. Obviously, Bowen has been off them. It was a brilliant delivery. Defensively, it was terrible. It was incredibly bad. I think it was, who was marking him? Is that Murphy?
Well, you've got to have a big man on Sushi at all times, haven't you?
I mean, it was the type of defending that drives us absolutely crazy.
Good header.
No, it's not Murphy. He's not even on the pitch. Who the hell was it?
Don't know, but they're rubbish. Shamrock down, Loppy in. Well, at least we got a goal. That's only going to annoy him.
Willock, not 100% sure, but whoever was marking him didn't mark him. He was on him for the start of the. He was on him for the take of the corner, and he moved around a bit and forgot that the man he was marking, Thomas Soucek, was now 3 yards that way. So,
shout out to Ross and Leon, both giving some Colchester love. Well, what do you reckon then? 4-1 to West Ham.
If that is, why not? But no. I mean, we've got possession. We've got a bit of belief now.
Yeah, funny enough, he says that in
the huddle. Obviously, I was saying the huddle should do something.
A bit of positivity coming in flooding into the chat. I've got to look this up. Ogyam Attar says Antonio looks like a Ghanaian comedian called Aka Beniza. Right, I'm looking that up.
I think West Ham get a corner. Well, it's all happening. It's all kicking off. Fremmer says potato head hat trick incoming. Andy Smith says Antonio doing well. Yeah, he's been battling. James says you look incredibly surprised, panel.
Yeah, we're not used to it.
Linville Wilson says, not going to lie, I'm in shock. NetCub66 says, are these wits watching the match? I mean, yeah, I'm not going to be tricked into a full sense of anything with this West Ham team. So if your thing was why are you not rolling around on a very comfortable new sofa that I replaced the last 5-year-old kind of dog piss smelling one with? What I was waiting for is to see the Newcastle odds, which are now 11-10, 11-4 for the draw, just to let everyone know
West Ham.
What's going on in the world of that kind of thing.
2-0, come on.
Nonsense. Julian Evans says, must have a potato salad for his pre-match meal. AD, this might be the formation.
It's amazing what happens when you actually go and attack.
I mean, since we've been scored, we've been pressing, we've been active, they've sat back. Honestly, I refuse to be lulled into anything apart from just the inevitable. But what is happening right now is pressing. You know, Paqueta pressed there. Now he's lying on the floor. I think he is fine. There's a lot of pressing. There's a lot of, I guess everything good coming from West Ham. Before the goal,
yeah, it was them, wasn't it?
It was a bit scrappy. It was a bit all over the place. I mean, Newcastle then just gave the ball away when they didn't need to. So, if the question of why Newcastle are doing this, I don't know. If they're at home, why would they kind of start with the jitters? If, obviously you joke about 2-0, if there was going to be a time where we desperately try and get another goal because we're going to need it, it's now, because they're all over the place, but they're obviously going to, 13, 14 minutes in, they're going to get themselves together. They're going to have, a lot of chances in this game.
I mean, Paqueta's done an amazing dive over there. Loves a bit of rolling around, Brazilians, don't they?
Yeah. It's going to be scrapping for a while.
Dean said he hasn't seen us push this much for a long time. We are only 13 minutes in, Dean, but I love that optimism. Can we do it for the whole game? That's the question.
I mean, they've got a chance now. Goes wide. Richard B says, I don't know what game plan Newcastle utilising. Let West Ham all over them tactic. When they're in defence, they seem a bit nervous. But when they attack, there's a lot of space. because it's basically end to end.
Yeah, it's an open game. Not too open, I hope. So looking at the stats, 54% for Newcastle. Yeah, pretty even on the stats count.
This is a weird situation to be in. It's
I'm not
strange.
used to it after the last month or so.
I feel disturbed. I don't know what's happening in the world.
So we're going to give him a spanking.
1-0 up at any point in this game. Julen Irving says, "Do you two guys need some therapy for the shock?" It's a mixture of things. It's because going into this game, I felt very calm because I didn't have any hope. I still don't really have what you would quite call hope. What's 10 notches below hope? Not dread.
Surprise, isn't it? I'm just surprised.
Just, not shitting myself. But, I mean, anyway, Newcastle corner's about to come in. Oh, Fab catches it.
Is Kudus back next game? Or is he still off for a bit? He missed the Arsenal as well.
I think he's still off for Arsenal. It was 5, wasn't it? Which is rather a lot. I mean, while there's not much happening in the game, I would also quickly like to mention the terrible football club, Tottenham Hotspur, and how incredibly classless is the word. Absolutely classless they were to complain about Bentancour's 7-game suspension for making a racist comment, because he made his comment and then he was suspended for 7 games and fined 100 grand. And the club basically said, yeah, we kind of accept that he did something wrong, but come on, governor, 7 games is too much. Make it less. Which I thought, as a football club, bearing in mind a lot of their famous chants are also kind of called out as not appropriate at this point in time, asking for a game ban on guilty racism to be lowered, I thought that was very, very Tottenham Hotspur. So that's not relevant to anything, but I just thought I'd enjoy myself and have a go at them for a minute. Thank you for
Just
that.
hate on them, which is fine. We don't mind a bit of Tottenham hate. So West Ham is sitting back a little bit now.
Oh, yes.
Sort of
Andy Smith says back for Leicester is Kudus.
And they say that Moyes might be in charge of Leicester by then.
Webb Gibbs says, mate, cheer up. Are you a really West Ham fan or Tottenham fan in disguise? That's why my non-cheering up it shows what a West Ham fan I am, because at this point, a Tottenham fan would be saying, no, don't worry, we're going to win 3-0. Or I don't know how they speak. I can't really get on the same wavelength as them.
No, you nailed it.
As a West Ham fan, I don't easily believe we will win a game. Also, again, Newcastle are a good team. They'll definitely score a couple this game. You're not going to just shut them out at St. James Park as Fab gets fouled almost, but no. Yeah, I mean, they're going to score a couple. Even if we were good, they could score a couple. So,
Fabianski was lucky there.
Yeah, they've had their jitters are now receding, and they're getting more confidence on the ball. Julen Irving says, "Are we going to park the coach?" I mean, Netcup says bus. I mean, they do take a coach these days. They don't take a double decker, so I suppose Fab catches.
Alan Shearer must be tearing his barnet out, says Shamrock Dan. Oh, Christ.
I mean, the defenders, we don't usually really ever do this playing out from the back. And I don't really think we've been doing it this season. So, not quite sure what to make of that. Obviously, when Areola was in, I know his distribution or lack thereof drove you absolutely mental.
Yeah.
But something's changed. Some decision has been made to do the whole passing out from the back thing. Which you would imagine Tadibo and Kilman would be confident with that.
They all should be. Wan-Bissaka's not a bad passer, and nor is Emerson. But I don't know. I sometimes just get rid of it.
Yeah. Oh god, I'm getting hot now. I'm getting all hot and bothered with this 1-0 malarkey.
Pressing again. Go on, Somerville. Yeah, breaks down.
Oh, Somerville's doing excellently, but got a bit unlucky.
Was that a foul?
I'm going to consume this cocktail drink with pineapple juice from concentrate. White rum.
Lopetegui's doing his nuts on the sideline with that one. Shouldn't have been a foul.
Somerville clearly got the ball. Typical referee who never played football before. I think he just carded Lopetegui.
Yeah, he was. It was a bit strong in his remonstrations.
Ironically, now it says serves touchline ban versus Arsenal. There's something beautifully poetic in that. I'm not quite sure what it is. But even if we win or draw this game and he's in a job, he'll be watching from the stands. Does he need a clearer message that he's not meant to be leading us out at the London Stadium?
Well, yeah, I went to the last game. I don't want to repeat that one. I'll be honest. That was awful. And I went with Laguna, which was worse.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the referee could be behind that, but for that Somerville one, it was.
Well, the only thing I'd say he did get a touch, but whenever it's through the back of someone's legs, he didn't foul him or anything. But they're just always weary about that. Shouldn't be a foul. I don't know why they do it.
His comments still don't. Well, yeah, I mean, Dave B sums it up there. Thank you, Dave. Dave said, "I've forgotten how to celebrate," and I can't really cast my mind. I mean, I celebrated at the full time of the Man U game because I just couldn't believe what was happening. Can't really remember celebrating before that.
Dean is celebrating eating some gingerbread flavoured popcorn. Oh. I'll go with that.
Gingerbread flavoured popcorn. Or would you prefer popcorn flavoured gingerbread? When we're passing it around, shot wide. Terrible shot from Soler. Incredibly crapiola shot.
To be fair, I haven't really seen him on the ball much.
James says, don't want to tempt anything, but Soler looks good. You just tempted it. You just tempted it. He did a one. It was almost a 1-2, one of those 1-2-3s, and then he shot wide from 18 yards out, which he shouldn't have done. There's a lot of chat in the chat about cocktails being very happy. I think so. Let me just sup on this deliciousness.
Obsidian's curse. Are cocktails the new baby bells?
I feel happy. I've got to say, I feel so free to be my true self. DC says, nice little move, though. Is he talking about Soler or
the way you sip a drink?
White rum with concentrated pineapple. Oh, yeah, he got injured by his own player there, Willock. He got absolutely clatterinoed.
Oh, yeah, that was a bad tackle.
Andy Smith raises a good point. If Lopez sacked tonight, would he take his touchline ban into his next Prem job if he got one? Obviously, I mean, if we're talking about magic and miracles, if he ever works again, apart from, the lower leagues in Luxembourg or something. I mean, Soler and Bowen are kind of in discussion. I've just seen this too many times. I've seen this glimmer of happiness before in my life, and then been painfully rogered as a conclusion of.
Everyone needs a hobby.
Exactly. Yeah, Dean says they're a game changer. You can stick your salted sweet up your hoop. Now I've found these. I did have. It was in the continent of Asia. I had chocolate covered popcorn. That was incredibly nice, but horribly addictive. And also chocolate covered crisps, which on Patreon, Geo has had this big thing about eating Maltesers at the same time as hula hoops, which you might think is incredibly ridiculous, but it works. It really does work. So yeah, these crisps, if anyone wants to just get fat instantly, the crisps are called Royce, Royce, Royce. The Japanese, but I think you can buy them in England. But you just have to eat them, all of them, and then your wife goes, "Why are you so fat and horrible?" Leon says the missus reckons so they're too good looking to be a footballer.
It's like Danny.
Danny was, I mean, yeah, if we're going to do a lot, like back on Cocktail Chat, Danny, was he the best ever looking West Ham player? He wouldn't be out of place in one of these Christmas men's perfume.
That's like a boy band, isn't he? Yeah.
And he scored against Tottenham. So.
Didn't do enough for West Ham. We can move on from him. Alvarez and Rodriguez looking like the weak links now. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, I think we all knew that. Would Alvarez get back in? Would he walk back in this team now?
26 minutes in, an end-to-end game. I don't know. Because like I say, there's no way we keep a clean sheet. Not going to happen. Look at that tracking back from Antonio. What has happened? What has he been eating? And he gets fouled. Has he been having the wholemeal bread instead of his usual white toast or something? He hurls himself toward the opposition player, cleanly wins the ball, bursts up the field, and wins a foul. It's as if he's not almost 35 on the 28th of March.
New lease of life. He always does it when there's a new contract coming up, though. Another shot by Soler. He's not afraid to shoot, to be fair to him. Not one of the best shots, but at least, you can't win a raffle if you don't buy a ticket. But not much action. Not much goal mouth action at the moment. It just seems to be very long-range shots.
I think Dean liked the look of Steve Jones. I can't remember what he looked like.
I remember Steve Jones. Yeah, youth player, came through. Wasn't with us very long. Don't know where. I do remember Steve Jones.
I mean, I don't think anyone's going to top Danny. If you think there was a more handsome West Ham player, men's team, than Danny, let me know in the chat. And I will contest you because I don't believe it. Jeff says, I'm not sure if this is about anything fruity. As I start to read the sentence, I sometimes dip biscuits in orange juice. Ginger nuts are the best. Is that a coded reference? That if there are any redheaded men in the chat, Jeff likes ginger nuts.
I could probably see that being nice. I like both of those.
Andy is on a
but it's like chips and milkshake, isn't it?
Andy says Luke Chadwick. I wasn't going for horrendously alternative looking.
That's the opposite end of the scale.
I was going for aesthetically pleasing in a just appreciative man on man sense. Jeff says no, come on, don't be silly. John says Emerson. I guess it's no Danny though. Don't be silly.
Or Tevez, another looker.
Yeah, the only claim to Tevez I've got is that my cousin-in-law had dinner with him once in China. It's not the best claim to fame that I've ever heard. It was when he played for the Shanghai team.
Someone says Shamak, surely.
Fan Reactions Football Club says, hey guys, may I ask you the system providing your overlay? I think it's Stream Builder.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, unless he's like an elite hacker. And if I tell him it's like Stream Builder, he's going to somehow get into the chat and steal all of our data. This
West Ham are sitting back at the moment, aren't they? Just sitting back.
It's we can't get the comments on screen, so you could tell we're not the biggest fans of it. The one they used before that, which I liked, if I'm allowed to say that I liked it, is StreamYard. StreamYard.com. I found it nice. I found it simple, and I like things that are nice.
Go on, Paqueta.
Simple. Soler dancing
Ketter won the
around,
ball there,
losing
sort
possession.
of did okay, then turned back into his defence for some reason. Don't know what he was doing there. He's making the wrong decisions at the moment.
Blitzarium is not happy. Blitzarium. I mean, he says, "What are you two waffling about?" And then he comes out with a name like Blitzarium, and his logo is that what's that tiger character? What are they called? And he always says "Ack." Calvin and Hobbes, is that it? Might be Calvin and Hobbes. In a purple background with green writing that's on fire called Blitzarium. What are you two wafflers going on about? You want to be like me? Blitzarium. A word that doesn't exist until now.
To be fair, there's nothing happening on screen because Antonio's shirt ripped, so he's just changing that.
Yeah, on screen, there's end-to-end stuff. The Newcastle fans are miffed. And Newcastle are attacking a lot. We are getting some counterattacks, but I'm refusing joy at this point in my life as it goes out for a West Ham goal kick.
Yeah, it's worrying if we keep if we just preying on counterattacks. To be honest, I don't like it when we sit at 1-0. Other teams you score and then they keep going at keep trying to get more, but we never seem to do that.
Yeah, Wes Cook is massively obsessed with Cresswell. He says, "Cresswell maybe?" ? Sure has his hair game on point. Just say you love Cresswell. I think we've made it quite clear that tonight's the night. If you were ever going to out yourself, this is it. Just say you love Cresswell. It's okay. James pops up. Dowie, the man who played with his face inside out. Shamrock Dan, dunking ginger nuts is now a hate crime for ginger nuts. I don't know. I think I didn't expect us to get into teabagging 31 minutes in to this game as it goes out for.
Has he kept that in?
Did it go out? No.
Was that out?
I'm not sure if you've caught up. I think you seem to have gained 15 seconds.
Yeah, I switched to the radio, which is better than the service I pay for. It's ridiculous.
Keanu Reeves says, Tompkins would be my serious suggestion, which I like because now it's not even banter anymore. It's incredibly important.
Yeah. This will form part of our midweek top 10 best looking West Ham players now. This is our idea for the midweek, so thanks for this.
Sigma Mike obviously likes petite guys because he says Porfirio ? Guys, don't. My point is, don't put a question mark on the end. If you've got a thing for Hugo Porfirio, just say, I want Hugo Porfirio. Don't go, Porfirio ? See there, Argumata goes for it. Antonio's ripped and shredded. That is the kind of comment I'm looking for. And then, Julian Irving says, can we keep a clean sheet until the break? All this talk of Antonio being ripped and shredded, there's not many clean sheets in this house. I can tell you that much.
Phil says, this is a really bad quality game of football. Yeah, but we're winning. So
I think for the neutral, it's probably quite good because it is end to end and it's open and both teams are going for it. Both teams make mistakes. Both teams are giving it away. For the neutral, it's good. For the Newcastle fan, they are a bit miffed, but they should be hopeful.
Oh, well done. Yeah, one shot on target's not great.
Ooh, that was close. That was very, very close for Newcastle. Someone was about a yard or two away from touching that in. Antonio has been doing well, but he got completely sold on a very simple dummy. That dummy being Lewis Hall. Actually, yeah, it should have been Newcastle corner, without doubt. Is it?
Yeah, it just hit his shin, didn't it?
Don't think. Yeah, well, I guess we got our own back with that one. But yeah, I mean, that's the evidence of exactly what not to do, which is sit back, midfield go very deep, and then the striker is the one defending their attacking fullback. But then again, we are attacking now.
Jeff says Scott Parker is a take home to your mum kind of guy. Yeah.
I guess I hadn't really thought about that. To be honest, I was thinking of pure physique and suaveness. I wasn't thinking if I introduced the man to my parents in my 40s. Hello, mum and dad.
More like a grinder swiper. That's what
Ex-West
you're
Ham
thinking of.
player, you might know. And I've shacked up with him.
A football grinder we're doing here. West Ham just playing it around at the back, not really just keeping the ball. No real push to get this forward. What other chats we got here? Sigma Mike says, seriously question my life choices with that question mark.
Marley keeps going on about Rice being a gentleman. Oh my God. Newcastle have not scored yet. My word. How did that not go in?
Was that Bowen messing around?
I have no idea how. That was an amazing save by Fabianski. Combined with a shot that wasn't a great shot. It was toward the keeper. Todibo got it all wrong. Fabianski was brilliant. Yeah. Pace he came out with.
Oh, that's a great tackle by the Newcastle player there on Wan-Bissaka, who would have been through.
Amazing save.
Good starting position by Fabs. Fabs is better than Areola.
Yeah, I mean the neutral's got to be loving this. It's nonsense, but there's effort and things flying in.
I wouldn't mind a few more shots flying in from West Ham, to be honest.
Dave
Julian says, is Antonio trying to beat Teddy Sheveringham's record and still be playing at the age of 40?
He'll be doing well.
Money's money.
Dave says Paulo Futre. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. I only saw him play once. He was absolute quality. But then buggered off. So, not the best.
Yeah, Inex says they're knocking on the door. I mean, 37.5 minutes in. Normally, I'd say, I hope we can get to half time, but that doesn't seem to affect us because we just seem to let in a goal after half time anyway. It's all about, we've just got to put something together. I think we're doing well. We're putting the effort in against a good team. But
I don't think Newcastle have, bossed this at all.
No, it's just the thing is they absolutely have a couple of goals in them, without doubt. So when we attack, some of them goes into the box there, but he's trying to take too long, too much.
They're trying a lot of through balls, to be fair, and it's not far off. I'm not a fan of the high line because Isaac has a lot of pace.
Yeah, they're still giving it away. Bowen shoots wasn't really on. El Mako says, enjoyable game, dare I say it. Shamrock Dan is talking about step ladders and parakeets.
I love the random chats.
Augie Matt says, is Fanny Dings injured? Is he on the bench? I forgot.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know. When's the...
Yeah, we've got a standard bench. Guilherme, Rodriguez, Ings, Irving, Cresswell, Mavropanos, Scars, Sufal. What happened there? How did Isaac miss that?
I don't know. That should have been a goal. That should have been 1-1. So Borwies, who was that? Wan-Bissaka that just got beat. Just shrugged off the ball.
Yeah, it was Souček caught in possession first.
Just lumped into the box. Totally on his own. Should have been 1-0. We'll take that. But those just long balls seem to be catching us out. and Isaac's just sneaking behind. It's happened a few times.
40 minutes. We've been very lucky.
Says, living on the edge. I'd say that's about right.
Yeah, I mean, while the game remains a bit nonsensical, we can keep riding our luck, but at the same time, just drop deeper and deeper and deeper. It's going to be inevitable. We need to just get some basic confidence with the ball and not rush it. Obviously, without the ball, fair enough. We're herring around madly. When we've got the ball, we need to just change things a bit.
With 5 minutes to go, would you make any substitutions? Is there anyone you would swap, or would you just keep it as it is at half time?
I mean, Antonio's going to be knackered sooner rather than later anyway, so I'd probably bring Ings on for Antonio.
Well, I hope he does. I hope he does. I don't think he will. Not straight away. Marley says, how is this not 2-1? I don't know, but we'll take it. We do ride our luck a bit. Bit of a false position we're in at the moment, but God knows. And Andy says, Antonio was already gassed. Yeah.
Yeah, he is a bit. I mean, Bowen's been rushing it as well. I think it's just because when they're in the game, obviously, they're all het up, for want of a cooler expression.
Keanu says, who is the best looking player we can sub on?
I mean, now that Danny Ings has got his hair done, he's got a kind of gruff. He's always smiling as well. If you were going to bring any of the subs home to meet your parents, if you brought home Guilherme, there'd be a few raised eyebrows, right? There was this Brazilian schoolboy. What is our son getting up to? But if you took home Danny Ings and he was smiley Danny Ings and he had a nice chat with your brother, then it would diffuse some of the tension of your newly professed lifestyle choices. Mm-hmm. Newcastle have a corner. Not great. Luke says, I've been decorating, so not watching. Are we justified to be leading? No. We've been doing okay. It's not like the Man U game or anything. We've been doing okay, but they had goal disallowed for narrow side. So, yeah, that should be disallowed. But they should have scored 2. And they did not. How is Liverpool playing? It's all right, but it's just so scrappy. It's just scrappy. And we're doing well in terms of energy, but in a kind of chaotic sense. And when we get the ball, we basically have been giving it away.
But they've got a corner now, so just before half time. Richard says this is one of the better halves we've had this season, which isn't saying much. You can't argue with that. I think that's a fair comment. Corner's coming in.
I'm just waiting for this damn corner.
Don't score before half time.
Ball comes in. Fabianski punches away. Inex says any momentum will be lost. I don't really think we've got momentum at the moment. We just keep giving away every time we get it.
Yeah, I'd still say Newcastle are the better team at the moment. But Antonio, just get rid of it. Antonio's playing left back for some reason. What's Antonio doing there?
Well, and then it's just Kilman trying to make a pretty pass. 1-0 up, coming up to 44 minutes is not the time to make a delicate chip up the wing toward Newcastle players.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Just keep the ball.
Yeah, I think we've been...
Good tackle, Wan-Bissaka.
Obviously, we can't hear what's going on, but so I can't gauge the mood of the stadium. But when we've got the ball, we're not just taking a breath and slowing it down. We're just getting right back into it, which is kind of playing into their hands.
Sigma asks, how is Somerville playing? How would you rate him so far?
He's been fine. I mean, I think all of our players, as long as my TV doesn't turn off, I think the whole squad has been playing in the same way, which is energy and determination, but for the last 20 minutes, basically a lot of panic with the ball.
Yeah, I think everyone's been okay. I don't think anyone's been outstanding, but no one's been bad. So I think it's a 6 out of 10 all round.
It's one of those games where no one's been keeping the ball for long enough to be either good or bad. Bowen's given it away a couple of times because everything is getting rushed. I mean, yeah, 40, just past 45, 3 minutes injury time. We've got the ball. Kilman does well there. Just pass it around the back. That's fine.
Oh my God. Wan-Bissaka's pass is a bit loose.
Yeah.
Lucky we didn't. Lucky as that wasn't a little bit more alert. We just hoof the ball. What's wrong with hoofing the ball? Like, get rid of it out of our box. Playing around too much.
Yeah, I think Antonio's reserves have been used at this point. We win a free kick. A little bit of luck.
Yeah.
Antonio's Mike's Travel says much better attitude and commitment this first half.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Attitude and commitment have all been fine. If we could just add better possession to that. We got a little bit lucky. There was probably a 50-50. Nah, having said that, he did get contact. It was a foul.
Just not much in it, but I do go down for anything.
Get Todibo off. I wouldn't have Mavropanos in this game.
Yeah, I mean, he made a silly mistake, which could have cost us, but apart from that, it's a bit harsh to take him off. I think there's no real reason. That was a bit harsh on Soucek. Ball was going out to play a Newcastle player, jumped into him, but because it was off the pitch, because it was out of the field of play, the ref said that's fine. How does that work? I mean, that player, that number 5, wasn't looking at the ball at all. Just ran into Soucek. Anywhere else, that's a foul because it's on the just out. It's not a foul. I don't understand that one.
Decent shot by Bowen.
Yeah, not a bad shot, Bowen, but it is a bit of a long range one. 30 seconds to go.
Accurate pass, solid accurate pass, Paqueta accurate pass. Then he tries to make Todibo do too much. And then at least he wins the ball back. Almost half-time whistle. I feel it happening.
Just riding this one out. Yeah, I agree, Inex. I think that should have been a yellow.
God,
it's weird. Not playing the ball at all. 15 seconds to go this half. Just hold on to it, boys. Is it just me or does Loppy look a bit homeless today? Looks like he hasn't slept in a month. Andy says, yeah, not a pretty match, but we're showing a bit of commitment and desire, which we haven't been seeing. I think we're getting stuck in a little bit more. I say Antonio is the one that I would swap out. Anyone else that you, in the comments, would you get rid of at this point, or would you just keep it the same? Doesn't include Loppy.
I mean, with our bench, it's a bit slim pickings, isn't it? You don't really have anyone that you would bring on into this particular game. Wouldn't bring on Mavropanos too slow. Rodriguez too slow. Andy Irving, I don't really know what he is or does. And then obviously, Skulls, Guilherme, Cresswell. You're not going to bring in any of them on. Danny Ings for Antonio is inevitable. I don't know why I'm like glowing red. It must be this delicious 2 measures of white rum, 8% pina colada, perfectly mixed cocktail ready to drink. That's doing it. I'm just blushing after all of this man chat. If you're just joining us at halftime, the most important and interesting thing that we've been discussing is the rating system of the most athletically pleasing West Ham ex or current footballers. And I think as a consensus, the chat agreed on Danny, Paulo Futre, someone says Steve Jones, and then Antonio for being ripped and shred. I think they were generally the top four. Barry Christian says bring Guilherme on. I mean, you're asking a lot of him.
Yeah,
I don't know who you'd. I was going to say bring off, but that's just making things worse. Mike Stravel says fear now is that we run out of steam from about 70 minutes. Yeah, we don't have a great bench to bring on. Obviously, if you could say Somerville tires, then you bring on Guilherme for him. If he's knackered, definitely I would bring on Danny Ings because I think he keeps possession well, and I think he knows how to drop back well enough. Shamrock Dan says, how did we get away with that? It's only half time. Haven't got away with it. Barry Krishna, got to start somewhere. I suppose, I mean, I didn't see November the 25th as the start of having some fight or commitment from the professional footballers. Dave B says, we've been lucky. Newcastle can't hit the back end of the bus. Second half will be attack versus defend again.
Wait till Wilson comes on.
Don't change. Don't, please. Ethan says, got lucky with some very risky play at the back, but good compared to the rest of the season. Yes. And by the way, we can't get the comments up because this system, double check again. No, request failed. This system, something has happened technically, and I've been saying, Geo, please fix it. Get the tech person to fix it. The tech person has not fixed it. So arguably is hashtag bring back StreamYard on the card. Personally, I would much prefer. Roger says this ref's well dodgy. I mean, he's got a couple wrong for us. They should have had a corner. So Steve says Antonio has a 6-pack, but Benny McCarthy had a party 7. I'm not sure what that is. As much as I'm joking around about the lightness of my beverage, I'm not sure if a party 7 is slang in the LGBTQ community. I wouldn't.
Paul says if he thought Soler did okay. Yeah, I think everyone's done okay. Actually, Dan Hammer's gone one better and said he's been great tonight so far. Great? It's not about great.
I mean, it would be a miracle if Sky Sports talk about this game in halftime. They'll have to talk about Newcastle and West Ham. They can't just re-review the Man City game and the Man United game during half-time. Richie Rose. Oh, I think Richie Rose. Oh, it says, I'm LFC. He says, I have to admit, I'm surprised by your performance. But West Ham worth the lead. Richie Rose 99. Are you in Liverpool? If you're in Liverpool, I will accept your comment. I would like to get your comment on the screen, but it's not working.
Fozza said, can anyone guess the last time Newcastle won a Premier League game at St James's Park when trailing 1-0 at half-time? Saves us coming up with the question. I hope you got the answer. Otherwise, that'll be rubbish.
Can anyone guess? Yeah, I mean, if you said, does anyone know? Can anyone guess the last time Newcastle won a Premier League game? I mean, it must be against us. Fezza. Is that right? I don't know if this is related to just good-looking men. Ethan says, I like Paqueta in this deeper role. Richie Rose says, I am indeed Walton, which is a bit confusing for me because I had a friend called Simon Walton who was from Kent but was a Liverpool fan. And I had another friend in Kent who said he was born in Liverpool, but I never looked at his birth certificate. He was called Richard. So it's like a real life fever dream that's happening. Glenn says, better attitude, well organized, V surprised. I think he's talking about us.
Vince has said Soler has been the difference, and not because of the way he's playing, but he's linking up the midfield and the forward line. It does seem to be linking better. I mean, not amazing, but it's definitely, we're looking better than we have. That may be.
Yeah, Fred says, question is, can they do it for 90 minutes? It's getting dicey. It only needs to do it 45, but Yeah, Newcastle will score. Probably 2, at least, because they've been attacking a lot. And generally, when teams attack, they do score. Malks didn't think we'd even get 1 goal, so he's happy. Well, there we go. There we go. Feather says, I did mean to say trailing, not the 1-0 part. Oh, so you just mean when did Newcastle win from a losing position? So, yeah, that was against us. That was... Ross agrees. We need to bring Ingsy on ASAP.
Yes.
DC says, can I be your friend, Mr. Lipstick, jaundice man? Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I'm just multicolored. If I had green, I'd be a traffic light, but then I'd also have like pus infection. I did get an infection once in the crack of my little finger. I think I've been scratching my bum too much or something. And it went green, and they lanced it off. And what made it better was turmeric. And ever since then, that was about 15 years ago, turmeric has been a big part of my life. It's a natural antiseptic, I'll have you know. So if you get like a cut and you don't have like Sudocrem to hand, rub turmeric in it, I swear to God, and then it won't get... infected. Hunt Halliday says there will probably be a goal. Just hedge your bets. There will probably be a goal early second half. Needs to be us who scores it. Hope so.
Yeah, nice early goal from Ings. Bring him on at half time. Nice early goal. I'll take that all day long.
Danny Ings will definitely... If Danny Ings gets more than 37 minutes of time, he'll score. If he gets more than 15 minutes, I give him a 65% chance of scoring. And if he only gets 8 minutes or less, I give him a 21% chance of scoring. So I'm quite confident that Danny Ings would make us better and score.
Why do people not like Ings? Like, just in the comments, interesting, because not a lot of people like Danny Ings, but I don't mind him. I just don't think he's been given a chance, a real run. I'm sure I'm going to get some abuse for that, but good to know.
Inex says, or chili. I wouldn't rub chili into a seeping wound. It must sting due to the capsicum.
Chili, salt and vinegar, I think, is typically the best thing for any open wound.
Here we go. Dean answers your questions. How the hell? You've made Dean fly into a rage. How the hell do you think? The word think there. It's an opinion, Dean. Ings could work with the way we're playing him up again. Well, that's what I'm saying, Dean. You've answered your own question and mine and Northie's question. If you brought Ings on, he wouldn't really go up against the centre backs. He wouldn't wait there for him. So it wouldn't be the way that we're playing and he'd wait there for the ball and say, lump up to me. He'd drop back and try and get the ball. And again, as Northie says, like, we're not saying that Ings is particularly good, but he's better than a very, very tired Antonio. And he does come back and he does try and collect the ball and he does try and keep possession with it. And what he's done this calendar year, whenever he's got time on the pitch, he gets involved. You know, the Man U game for the penalty and the goal, he was getting involved. He might not have scored, but he makes himself busy. Whereas at this point, Antonio's just absolutely knackered.
Yeah, and he's pretty good at long shots, which I think we are having. Well, Bowen's having long shots, but Ings can hit a ball. Although Richard said footballers that have to move these days. Well, Antonio doesn't much. So there's a bit of mixed love for Danny Ings in the chat.
Yeah, Spud Farmer's back. Still hasn't answered my question about his potato farming details. He says Ings hat-trick second half. Inex thinks he's better than a tired Antonio. Probably. You wouldn't have to be that good. I'm not saying you're not, but you're probably not. But you wouldn't have to be that good to be better. And then, yeah, Ethan says, only reason to bring Ings in because I've literally no other option. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to give Guilherme some game time because we're getting knackered, then that would be Guilherme for Somerville. Gav says, what do you think the final score will be? Ugh, Christ.
Put you on the spot there, mate. I'll let you go first.
I would say Newcastle. I just still can't see any way around it. Because as well as we've been doing, we've still had a bit of luck. It was a really good call and a really good header. Apart from that, we've had half chances. So we haven't really created a chance. And when we get the ball, we panic. So Newcastle have got 2 goals in them. I'm just going to say Newcastle 2-1. Sorry about that. Well, 3-1 because of the Callum Wilson.
I'd say 1-1. And 1-1 wouldn't be a bad result, but I don't think it'll be good enough for what he needs to keep him in a job.
Or Barnes. Philly Boy says 3-1 Barnes with 2. Yeah. I mean, Barnes, Callum Wilson, at some point they're going to be queuing up unless we get a bit of luck on our side. I was going to break into DJ like an MC Neat there. A little bit of luck. I'm not going to do that because that would be distasteful in the current climate.
Yeah. Still, a lot of people saying 2-1, but a lot saying we'll lose 2-1, and then a couple saying we'll win 2-1. So,
yes, Dean, I wasn't taking the piss. Dean, I wasn't taking the piss. Calm down. I want to be your friend, Dean. It's my job to create banter out of the comments. Dean says utter garbage. He isn't good enough to hold the ball or even collect the ball to travel with it. Nice of you to take the piss. Thanks. Wasn't taking the piss, Dean. Wasn't taking the piss. And even if I was, I only take the piss out of my friends, as I think everyone here does. You don't take the piss out of like complete strangers in the street, someone waiting for a bus. You waiting for a fucking bus? And then just lay into their general get-up and appearance. But you would take the piss of those close to you, Dean. So, come on, let's... Mark says, people knock Antonio. We don't knock him. He's just old. But when Moyes took him off last season at the same time, it all went to pot. Antonio puts in shift and works the defence. Yeah, Mark, we're not really having a go at him. We're just saying he's 35 on the 28th of March. So it's not an ideal situation for us to be in as a football club, ideally pushing for a top 10, ambitiously speaking.
It's really going to be really interesting when Fulkrug comes back. What's going to happen with him and how fans are going to take to him? Because it's not his fault if he's been injured, but I've kind of lost the love for him already. The shine has gone off Fulkrug already, and he hasn't.
Yeah, it is the most information-free injury that I can ever remember. Even for other teams, if you're browsing through the news, you might see, this player has this injury, comes back on that date, something or other. This Fulkrug injury is all we hear is still bad, yeah, isn't better. Maybe will be better, but also is also not better. So it's a bit mysterious that there's no information. And the whole thing when they say, he's gone back to Germany for treatment, like, I know Germans have a reputation for certain things, but I think in this country we have all of the medical facilities necessary to heal a hurty tendon.
Yeah. John has said that Match Bingo is saying that was a right-footed goal. So Stuart's inquiry on that one, Match Bingo.
Yeah, comments still aren't working. It'd be nice to get these comments up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark, that's the point. Mark says, of course, we need a young, fast striker. That's the point. We're not knocking Antonio. We're just saying he's now tired and needs to be substituted for, in my opinion, Danny Ings. But in Dean Hodges' opinion, not Danny Ings. Which is, there's two opinions.
Well, Antonio's walked out, so definitely not Danny Ings to start. So I don't think there's been any changes. Unless,
yeah, I mean, no changes at halftime is okay. But, I think all of us will be on Antonio watch to see what happens when he bursts forward or not. And the good news is West Ham have possession. So
Paqueta with a lovely ball out to Wan-Bissaka. Comes to nothing. Bloody radio.
Yeah, I mean, you'd say we have a high line. If there was such a thing as a high line, we're doing it.
Harry said, Fulkrug to shine, I would have got Tony and then Duran. Hindsight's lovely. Plus, what money's Tony on at the moment? Probably on a few bob that be out of our range.
Yeah. I'm sure Duran would have gone into your bingo as well.
Yeah, he's got 400 grand a week after tax, Ivan Tony. So I don't think we quite would have matched that one.
Lovely play by West Ham United at that point. I can't believe it. What am I seeing?
Corner. Antonio won that.
Oh, you're now 3 seconds ahead.
Ah, see, his radio's good. I'm even ahead of being at the ground. That's how good this is.
Still can't get the comments up though. Still can't. Yeah, Steve says the time on the watch shows now 3 minutes, and then he says it was fixed. I didn't fix that. It's all happening automatically, but we still can't get comments up.
Oh, bad crossing from Paqueta. And Newcastle breaking.
Yeah, I don't really want Anthony Gordon breaking against you, but we have more back than they have forward, put it that way.
Yeah.
So at least we ran back. That was good. Good running, lads.
Antonio holding the ball up. No, it's just going to foul.
Hang on a tick.
Newcastle are attacking again. Cross comes in. Cleared by Paqueta. It all seems to be kind of a bit walking football at the moment. Newcastle in the box. Cross comes in. Saki misses it. Pinball in the penalty area, but it's just out now. Long shot, blocked. And it's back to the Newcastle goalkeeper.
I didn't come to this call. I didn't get it. I don't know if I'm being thick. Webb Gibbs says, wonder if any of our boys will go in Strawberry Fields after. What does that mean?
It's probably a nightclub in Newcastle.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. I don't think about nightclubs anymore. Too old.
Or a strip club.
Well, bit too rich. Or Newcastle getting through. No, well blocked by Kilman. Good defending. But they're still going to put a cross in, but it goes out. Soler head it out. Oh, we need another goal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit nervy now, isn't it?
I mean, it's just 48 minutes. All they're going to do is attack. So we need to realize that we have, reasonable players on the pitch who can play football and not just sit in our box.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think their crosses have been crap or we've just intercepted them, but we've been defending okay. So I know you can't do it all game. It only takes one to go through, but
I think they've been rushing it, so their crosses just come in too quickly. But there's no point doing this for the next 45 minutes.
Yeah, you've got to have an outlet up top.
Yeah, I mean, Antonio at this point is in literally the midfield position where you might place the central midfielder, not even the attacking midfielder. He must have been told to be there, but terrible idea.
Oh, got away with that. Wan-Bissaka clears, but it bounces off a Newcastle shin and rolls through to Fabianski.
If Antonio's knackered, we need to bring someone else on. I mean, how unfit could Danny Ings be at this point? He couldn't last 40 minutes.
Oh, yes. I mean, he trains as the same as the others, and he may not be match fit, but he must play some under 21s or something.
I mean, it was a nice bit of play out the back there. Oh, it was excellent by Somerville. Onto Emerson. Go on, keep going.
On the attack. Come on, get a corner or something.
Good work by Somerville, but he's now got 3 on him.
Cross comes in. Newcastle keeper clears. So is West Ham doing all right at the moment? We're playing around the box, just not really getting it in.
Yeah, decent play. I mean, I'm already worried about the counter-attack at this point, but
I know. It's bad, isn't it?
I mean, we're playing well, but Kilman and Tadibo are up in defensive midfield positions.
Yeah.
Soler's now dropped back to the halfway line. Tadibo and Kilman are still
Soler's like the centre back
20 yards ahead of the halfway line. It's not even. It's just silly. It's not brave. Why would you tell 2 centre backs to push up that high?
That's got to be a foul. How's that not a foul? Soucek was fouled there. Newcastle now counter.
It was Bowen was fouled.
Was it Bowen?
Yeah.
It's a definite foul.
Now they do indeed. Oh, God.
If we concede from this. Oh, dribbles wide of the post from Gordon. But Loppy, if Loppy wasn't already on a yellow, he'd probably be going nuts at that. That definitely should have been a foul on Bowen. Let's have a look at it again. Can't really tell from that angle.
No, they do it at the. What was the point of replaying it at that angle? Yeah, I mean, at the time he lost possession, Todibo and Kilman were back. Emerson was a little bit back. Paqueta was back. Wan-Bissaka had already just completely banked on Bowen not losing possession. So
Dean said, I've got my brother who's a Newcastle fan giving it a big one to me on WhatsApp yesterday, but I've not heard a peep from him tonight. Yeah, his phone will be off now unless things change. Then turn yours off. Steve says, what subs would you make on 15 minutes? Well, aside from Ings, which is a no-brainer, even Paqueta isn't doing too bad tonight, though. Not doing too bad. So I don't know if I'd swap any of them. Would you?
Hang on a minute. Apparently it was 2-0. Oh, my God.
Oh, that Wan-Bissaka.
Oh, my God. What is going on?
Hello?
What is happening?
That's a nice shot low into the far corner.
Well, I mean, some crazy people said West Ham might win. There's still a lot of the game to go. What the hell happened?
So it was a hoof up from Fabianski. Knock on. Oh, no.
I thought you were about 5 or 10 seconds ahead.
Yeah,
Andy, as in Andy Smith, is like 15 seconds ahead. What are you watching it on?
Yeah, it buffers a little bit on my radio. Oh, Paqueta won that.
You know, how lucky could we possibly be? I mean, it was all well played, but it's just when. But it's when you see, like when you see the Anthony Gordon one dribble just the other side of the post, and then our one dribbles just inside of the post. My God, I don't know what's going on. I'm incredibly.
Wes Cook says, "Loppy forever. Extend the contract now." Dean, lads, your stream's way behind now. I'm on 54.23. I don't know how far that is.
We've got Lopetegui.
Oh, West Ham on the attack again with Bowen. Go on. That's it. Oh, good save from the Newcastle keeper. It's going to be a cricket score, boys.
Lopetegui. Antonio's 34. Cat's on the floor. We're winning 2-0 away.
We could win 6-0 and Antonio wouldn't score there. Still need another one, Fred says. Yeah, I mean, 2-0, you should be a bit confident, but still not confident.
I mean, we were playing well 3-1 against them last season, and they did us 4-3, so...
Mavro on, says Shamrock Dan. Who would you take off, Shamrock? I don't think the defenders are doing too bad.
Defenders are doing okay, saying that Todibo's just got off the floor.
Oh, is he taking a knock?
Yeah, Mavropanos is coming on.
Oh, Shamrock must be a few seconds ahead of me then. Confidence from Ross. We could still lose this. Just saying. Yeah, Todibo's taking a knock.
Oh, he says, yeah, sure. Oh, I've got it. Oh, no, he always says for sure. We've got Lopetegui. He always says for sure. Antonio's 34. Paqueta's on the floor. We're winning 2-0 away.
Mice Collective says, who scored? Aaron Wan-Bissaka for the second.
With
Soucek head up for the first.
Dribbled. Julian says we need to be 4 clear with 5 minutes to go to be certain of winning. F. Oblivion, how did both goals happen? First was just a really good corner in from Emerson. Souček did really well, although their defender basically let him go. And then Isak should have scored 1 or 2. And they've had a lot of chances. And then, it was just a really good counter for our goal. I mean,
well won from Paqueta, who actually started that because he won the ball in midfield, played it to Bowen. Bowen slotted in Wan-Bissaka. Good finish.
Yeah. 57 minutes. 2 goals up. 0 goals conceded.
Andy says, Tonali's on to compare his accumulators with Paqueta. Gillespie was at Newcastle, wasn't he? Keith Gillespie. There were a few betters on these. Good play out to Antonio. Cuts back inside. Oh, goes back outside. He don't know what he's doing. Oh, what the hell was that? We've still got it somehow. Oh, go on. Oh, Somerville. Cross in. Shoot.
Touch.
Oh, block shot. West Ham are doing well. Confidence is flowing.
I don't know what is going on in this game.
No, it's a thing of beauty. Souček with a shot. Oh, driven. Keeper saves. Well, the shot count's gone up from West Ham.
Such a good chance. You're not blaming Souček for that because he is what he is. But I mean, it's a great ball by Paqueta. Obviously, someone who's a proper, technical footballer instantly turns and shoots with that. Obviously, Souček just doesn't have that ability. Yeah, I mean, OC bodybuilders. You should have joined our chat earlier. I'll take the points, but J-Lo is not the answer. I mean, yeah, it's something of a conundrum that we find ourselves in.
Yeah.
Now, really quite very much wanting to hold on to this victory and also just fearing what this means in the long term. I mean, yeah, he'll be suspended against Arsenal anyway. So that's kind of like not having him there.
Who's the assistant?
I don't know. One of his.
Yeah.
One
I
of his
don't actually know who
guys.
his assistant manager is. I would have to Google that. Newcastle got it. They're playing around the edge. Can have a long shot. Way over. That's all right. We if we're holding them back just to have long shots, we'll do that. Oh, D Mine says he's got a story about Gillespie. Share with the group. Come on now, don't hold back. Was that Real Dream Fantasy says, love it that Loppy has a recently divorced dad on the couch vibe going on. All right.
What? I thought he was talking about me for a second. But I'm not recently divorced. It was a very long time ago, and it was a great moment in my life. Mark says keep attacking. It's weirdly 30 minutes to go. I think we could get another goal. I still think they'll score 2.
The confidence is flowing through you, Nick.
Yeah, they've definitely got 2.
Not used to it.
They've got 2. Oh, that's a foul. Come on, ref.
Oh,
my God, the referee gave us a foul. This is amazing. It has happened. And he gave the other player a yellow card.
How close to the edge was that?
To which Kelly, that was the one who didn't mark Souček.
What a touch from Bowen, though. Brilliant touch. Yeah, definite penalty. Definite free kick, not a penalty.
He ended up in the box. Penalty, ref.
Yeah. But what a touch, though, from Bowen to bring that down. Paqueta, who's going to step up and take this?
Yeah, Julian says some were doing much haven't, isn't it? Mentioned some was doing really well. This half probably better. First half was just completely scrappy affair. He's had a couple of really decent moments. he got really close to scoring after he took it down nicely in the box, but he just couldn't quite turn quickly enough.
Soler looks like he's lining.
Moyes used to get something that's 2 more games and you're out. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on at this point. I said that before.
Soler,
The only thing I can think is just confusion. We're 2-0 up. We deserve it, but also have been lucky, if that was possible. Oh, Newcastle got lucky there with that terrible piece of goalkeeping. Just pushed it straight out in front of him.
Ings would have followed that up. Just
exactly.
Saying. Yeah.
Ings would have diving headed that. And then
so West Ham playing with a lot more confidence, though.
Oh, that was a nice pass. That was Soler, cross pitch.
Bowen loses it.
It's not like Bowen to lose possession there.
No. But West Ham win it back, though.
Yeah, Mavropanos cuts out. Soler gives it straight to Paqueta. I mean, the players are very, very confident. I reckon this is the most confident play we've put together since the City home game.
Yeah, Newcastle are wilting a bit here, which is good.
Oh, I like this. Nelson says these 2 clowns know nothing about West Ham. Thanks. Thanks, Nelson. Who is that guy that said Newcastle goal bro 1-2? And he says Solero's done well in this position, to be fair, after I'd wrote him off. That's what motivated him. And he was saying in the press conference.
Not a corner.
Smith has wrote me off or something.
It looks like it should have been a corner at West Ham, but let's just see if it nicked off him.
James Lampro just says, unusually dominating.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's his Grindr username, but I'd swipe right. Nelson immediately says he was joking. You're an interesting character, Nelson. I'll give you that. You're difficult to read. You should play poker. I don't know what you're thinking.
Oh, cross comes in. Isaac heads it way wide.
My word. Our defenders should give themselves a serious talking to. They're playing with one striker. His name's Isaac. He's right there. He's about 6'5". You need to mark him. That's your job. You don't have to wait for the cross to come in. They will cross it to him. Stupid.
Well, we restricted them well, to be fair.
I don't know why defenders lose their man.
It's lovely passing.
He's right there.
Wan-Bissaka marauding through the middle.
That was a fantastic pass.
Oh, it's just too much there. All that good work, and Wan-Bissaka does a crap pass like that. Oh, but Newcastle, an even worse pass, and it goes out for West Ham throw. Looks like Tonali's injured.
Nelson says, how are we actually playing? Surprisingly well. Last 10 minutes, very well. But I don't know if we can keep it up. Yeah, I don't know. OC Bodybuilders, which is a very unexpected name. It's another grinder name, really. Newcastle obviously didn't take us very seriously. It shows. I guess it is a bit weird. There is a slight... This half, we've been playing really well. The scoreline is still a bit of luck on our side because, they've had the chances to score. Obviously, I'm not going to say XG because that's stupid nonsense, but they've had the chances to score. See, Julian says he's enjoying listening to us. Thank you, Julian. I'm enjoying listening to myself too. It's my favourite habit.
Mark says, Soler's best game for us by far.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. Somehow, Julen Lopetegui has said, no more jamon, more... What's beans in Spanish? I used to know that. Forgot. No, I forgot.
Even Paqueta's been on the ball quite a bit.
I mean, yeah, this has been Paqueta's best game in a long time for us, but that's only because he's been incredibly bad for us recently. But he's been running. That's like... a big step up. We really need a sub at this point, but we just don't really have the bench for it.
Well, who'd you take off as well? It's like, how?
I mean, I think Soler's getting a bit tired. Paqueta's getting a bit tired. It has been end to end. They have both been working hard. If anything, I'd say Paqueta's probably a bit more tired than Soler's. Soler's still getting up and down the pitch a bit. Paqueta looks a bit knackered.
Newcastle making a couple of subs. Callum Wilson coming on.
Oh, God.
I know. I hate it.
Marquez says porotos. I'm not sure if that's beans in Spanish or an insult. Sounds like an insult. I mean, beans is a bit of an insult. I know huevos means testicular region. I think we can all agree on that.
Dean shouts Northy. What have I done wrong?
I think Huevos69 would be a great grinder name. I can basically guarantee you that's a username somewhere in the world of online dating. If there isn't, I'm gonna coin it now. I'm gonna go to GoDaddy.com, Huevos69.com.
Yeah, Julian says it's obviously a lot easier to do the watch along when we're winning. Much more upbeat from you both. Yeah, it makes a nice change of pace for us, to be honest. Quite nice. Good watching Bowen on the right.
Absolutely done by a terrible Tottenham team, 4-1.
Yeah,
your will to live is at 0.
Here
we go. Let's get a bit of Spanish chat. Frijoles is beans, and then Dan, for no reason, adds salt is sal. Thanks, Dan.
The only problem is when you start mentioning other language, someone's going to say one word means something, but it probably means rimming or something. So I don't get involved in that.
There is that. There is that aspect. I'm not sure what tea bag is in Spanish. Bolsa del té.
Oh, come on. West Ham.
We had ginger nuts earlier. I know ginger is jengibre is ginger. What's nuts in Spanish? I guess we'd be back to huevos. We'd be back to huevos at this point. A little bit too ambitious there. Lose possession 20 yards from goal.
Plays it out wide. Newcastle on the attack. Get Wilson away from this ball.
Getting back to that position. Or Soler needs to get out there.
Well done, Fabs.
Good goalkeeping.
We're a little bit static here.
We're doing well. I mean, I think it's just mentally tiring game to play.
Fine. That's fine. Fabianski's done well today.
I still think we need a sub. I know someone said if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I just think energy-wise, someone's going to get knackered. OC Bodybuilders is from... OC Bodybuilders is now Trump country. Trump land.
Oh yeah, sorry, Dean. I'm going to go back. You did say that you had a Gillespie story, and then I didn't read it out when I asked you to share it. So, just to finish that off, mate. I was out down the quayside when Shearer knocked him out. Pissed up one night. All my mates were out for a meal on Saturday night in the same club as them when it all kicked off outside. Now, if you'd have got pictures of that, Dean, that would have been worth a few bob for the Mirror or similar. So let us know if you got a picture.
This game is great for the neutral. It's going to be doing my head in very soon. Dano says, you guys don't salt beans. I think salt beans, it sounds like a euphemism to me. I don't really know what I'm getting myself into. And where are you from? I guess we salt beans.
Well, there's a lot of salt in everything. So you don't need any more, do you?
I mean, yeah, obviously if you buy a tin of baked beans, then it will be pre-salted. I used to cook more beans. I don't know why I went off it. I used to soak. Oh, Cross comes in from Newcastle, goes, no, I used to soak beans overnight. Black beans, haricot beans, other ones. What's the one beginning with P? Forgot. Very healthy. Keeps you regular.
Oh, well, it's not a VAR check.
But Maybe I should give back. I should get back into Beans.
Oh, there may be a VR check, yeah. Callum Wilson fouled.
That was nonsense. I mean, that would be up there. Like, they've done worse than that.
I don't know. I don't know if Mavropanos was all over him.
His hand was there, but
I think if the ref looks at this, it's going to be a pen. Oh, he's going over. This is going to be a penalty. Mavropanos, you are absolutely crap. Or is he giving it? Is he not giving it? If he's not, can't tell from these pictures. He's not. It's played on. Mavropanos is very lucky.
No, yeah, nothing. Nothing happened.
No, very lucky there. I think that could have been a pen. No intention to play the ball.
Yet. Like, I don't think it was, but obviously the ref absolutely just could have given it.
Yeah, Rich says we got away with that one. Absolutely. That's
Ross Mack just says, "Shut up about bleeding beans." No, Ross. I like to talk about fibre. It makes me happy. Sigma says we need to show some salt and dig in now with West Ham. All right, mate.
Paqueta, what a ball. Oh, not quite. Soler's trying to throw balls, though.
Yeah, that was Soler.
Yeah, I tell you, we're doing another crap pass by Newcastle.
73 minutes in.
Come on. 20 minutes.
Omni pollo. Does pollo mean chicken or dick in Spanish? Which one is pollo? Which one is pollo? I always forget.
Talking of which, Danny Ings is warming up.
Excellent.
Coming on. Hat-trick incoming.
And Soufal, maybe he'll play 5 at the back.
I'm not reading out what you said there, Jeff.
There's a good chance Antonio just stuffed it up a bit.
Is that the first shot he's had in 3 months?
Chimney. Oh, maybe he's saying I look a bit like, is it Dick Van Dyke, that bloke in Mary Poppins?
Yeah. You look like a lot of people. There's so many different things. You look like this bloke, that bloke.
I'm just roasting hot at this point in time. I don't have the heating on, and I've got the windows open, and it's winter. And I'm absolutely baking.
Soufal's on as well. Was that for Wan-Bissaka?
Julian comes up with has-been.
Emerson off.
There you go. Mike says beans be good for the heart.
Can't have that for a few years.
Yeah, haven't heard that for a good 35 years. Bringing that back. Yeah, Antonio off.
He's done all right. I suppose. He hasn't had I don't think he's had a shot in 2 years, but he's done all right up there. So
come on, Danny Ings. I said if you had 20 minutes, you had a 35% chance of scoring. You can do it. You can do it. 3-0. Excellent first touch by Danny Ings. Excellent cross. Not quite. I thought it was going to be excellent cross there. Wins a throw-in. Stat Merchant boosts us up the table. Commanding presence.
Come on.
Oh, we are those bastards in claret and blue. Yeah, that went over my head.
Long throw. Soler. Block shot.
What if I said if we could do like a East London? And someone else has to finish that in the chat. I don't know how this is going to go. I might be saying the rude part. East London. Someone in the chat. I think it's like delayed by 30 seconds. So this is going to be the worst version of voice text singing.
Newcastle with the ball in defence. We're just sitting back a little bit now, which is fine. Don't mind a 2-0 lead with 15 to go.
East London. There we go. Here's one. Rossi. It's this 30-second delay on the chat, and then he comes back with his wonderful. Oh, East London is wonderful. Full of. You better finish that for me.
Come on, Bowen. Shoots. Blocked. Soler. Oh, didn't quite get there. West Ham playing it round.
Love. Oh, you say it's got. I always say full of. I've been saying it wrong. I just like the idea of it being full, absolutely full to the brim.
Jeff has gone back to the pretty boy chat, I think.
77 minutes. Billy Bonds is coming for you. Well, we're 77.5 minutes in. And West Ham are winning this game 2-0. I don't know what's happening. No one knows what's happening. I don't understand. I'm confused.
Sort of losing the ability to speak at this point. Oh good. Good defending. Isaac's not really had a sniff, has he? Not really. Not anything too decent. Well, apart from the...
Yeah, he had the first up one.
Oh, flashes across.
I don't know. Maybe it's like Lewis Hall there. Maybe he just, he went away with England. He just went for glory then. Maybe he's getting a bit full of himself or something.
Lucky Patterson says this midfield three has done absolute wonders. I mean, it's been night and day, isn't it? It's been much better.
They've been playing really this is why it's so weird. You try and think about what's going to happen, and even if you look at what has happened, you still can't read anything into it. Because obviously it's like two things. We've been good, but they've also
quite wasteful, haven't they?
Yeah, they've had a lot of the ball, but made bad decisions with it. And then when they've got their chances,
block shot.
They haven't put them away.
Oh, great nutmeg there. Zufal cross.
Just a lovely pass.
I don't know if Ings miskicked that or it was blocked.
Then Ings getting involved.
He's done more in 4 minutes than Antonio's done in 75, so I'm happy.
You're already counting down minutes at this point.
We're turning a new page, says in the comments. I hope so. We'll all hope that.
It's weird. It's so weird. It's hard to know what the feelings would be after this if we win.
Might should get a good night's kip. It's weird. Sitting there crying myself to sleep as per usual on a Monday night. Newcastle corner.
Hillman out.
Centre backs have done well. But it's going to be Newcastle. I mean, it's going to be this last 10 minutes. It's going to be Newcastle attacking. We've just got to accept that. With a 2-goal lead.
Yeah.
We've just got to hold on. Fabianski collects.
2-goal lead. At what minute does it start to feel okay?
92nd. Right.
The only thing we don't really have the pace to counter. I mean, Somerville's still on the pitch.
Yeah, Somerville Bowen, but I don't think we'll counter that much. So Newcastle got it, just playing it around the back. He's running around in circles there.
Yeah, Ashley says this is like the Moyes era. Need a win and we get one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bodybuilder said you would have doubled your money if you bet the scam. I think more than that. It must have been, one of those like 7-2s.
What, 2-0 win?
Well, I mean, West Ham win. I think a draw was. I know Newcastle were 2-5. I looked at it just before. I don't remember the exact one, but I think.
Did he bother looking at the West Ham win?
No.
What are you saying?
It didn't slightly cross my mind. That must be offside. That was terrible cross anyway, and it was offside. Flynn Kneebone says we're winning. Yeah, I mean, I echo your 7 question marks. Holy shit, we're winning? Yes, we are. Somehow. No one understands why.
But we will take it.
Newcastle aren't even pressing. Look at that. That's a bit weird. Fullbacks just with about 10 seconds of time. Dan Ings coming back to brilliantly do a 1-2. And we're actually playing it around.
Yeah.
From teammate to teammate.
Sufal was going to knock that out then. Simple ball.
Yeah. He look a bit like a culprit. This guy's out for play. Come on. 2
subs from West Ham. So that's Irvine coming on.
Okay.
And Rodriguez. Oh, now I'm worried.
Perfectly timed subs, you might say. We've got Lopetegui.
Soler off. I think he's had a good game.
Yeah, without doubt, his best game for us. And he says here comes the generational talent. The Hibernian Iniesta. I don't know what it's called. The Iron Brew Iniesta.
Off.
Top Nana. Midfielders looked on it today. Steve is a bit nervous now. Rodriguez coming. Yeah, I mean, I think he was made to look worse than he was because it was collective terrible performance that Rodriguez played in. It's pronounced Irvin. What was I saying? Irvine. I had one pina colada, so don't judge me.
You're all over the shop. Who's your man of the match out? Coming, I mean, we're getting close.
A bit early, but
give you a bit of thinking time.
Yeah, I mean, Soler definitely comes to mind. He's done a lot of good link-up play. Obviously, he didn't really, you might say Souček because he's also been working hard and he scored a goal.
Mm-hmm. But I think Fabs has been good. He's been commanding.
Yeah, he has
a lot of confidence at the back.
Yeah, that save at 1-0, obviously, first half was absolutely game-changing save. That'll probably be a foul, and it's a foul. Good foul to give away, though, if you're going to give away one.
Yeah, Sufal smashes into the back of him, as Sufal does.
Bolo Blazer says Soler was wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, East London is wonderful. Shamrock Dan says they've given up. They're playing a bit strangely and confusingly, and I don't know why. It's just weird. There's many weird feelings happening, and one of them is the feeling that we deserve to win this half.
Yeah, you don't usually say that at Newcastle.
Yeah, it's a strange feeling to have.
Oh, Paqueta backhilled it then stupidly.
Not the best moment for a backhill.
Yeah, so Paqueta's put us in trouble there and made us force the corner for Newcastle with some stupid backhill play. Rich
B, I think, has been saving this. He says Soler shines. About time. I'm presuming that was a pun. Craig says they all actually look like they give an F once. And remember, if you've just joined us, we can't highlight comments because the software has buggered itself up somehow and it's not showing them on the screen. So sorry for that. Well, Paqueta clears the corner, I suppose. Something of redemption. Bowler says, is Loppy staying? Who knows? Who knows at this point? Lose to Arsenal and Leicester and we'll be back to square one. So no one at all. Himself, the owners, no one knows. No one knows. All we've got to do is hope that we don't lose Arsenal.
Oh. Interception there by Danny Ings.
Excellent work.
But
there.
he hasn't bombed forward. He's just keeping the ball.
Wise
nice play
from our youthful 32-year-old. Newcastle are giving us a lot of space. I don't know why. Why are they doing so badly?
Yeah, we're just playing. We're keeping the ball at the moment.
Look at that pass there. Look at that Andy Irvine pass. It was silky. It was slotted. It was pinpoint, caressed by the wand of a left foot. Look at that right-footed pass. He's got it all in his locker.
We are. I don't know how many touches. How many? This move here has been about 30 passes.
Away fans must have the allays going on.
Got to
at this point. Rodriguez slotted through ball. Time on the ball. Newcastle have given up, and I don't know why. What's wrong with them? We were there for the taking, and they apparently didn't realise it. Now we're basically Man City in disguise.
Oh, Paqueta and his back heels did my head in, even
did it again.
Again.
Paqueta is one of the best players technically, but the weak link at the same time. He's won it back. Pass the ball. Pass it normally. Don't backheel it. Don't backheel it. Pass it normally. Oh yeah, foul.
He's just gonna stay down as long as he can.
We're doomed if that dopey ref adds 12 minutes. Says
how much time is he going to add?
Julen Newborn says, I think he's all good till February. Now he's won today. Silly. Don't be silly.
Christmas. There's a lot of games. A lot of games in December.
A lot of games to lose. Look on the bright side, everyone. We could get stuff next 5 games in a row. Marley Pringle's going for the we love you, West Ham. We do. Dave says Lopetegui is one of the best managers in the world, and Antonio is the finest young striker in the country. Turns 35 on the 28th of March. I learned that today, so makes him an Aries. Sigma says, see what happens going forward. 89 minutes. I mean, we might win this game. There's a percentage chance. First name, last name says Newcastle and our team either look deadly or rubbish up front. They have been very strange today. Oh, hit
all up, just
tries to control it with his cheek.
We're winning the ball back though. Come on, Bowen, just release it.
Pass. No, pass. Okay.
Paqueta's got it. Oh, gives it away again.
It's so frustrating.
Fabianski again. His positioning is really good. It's one of the best games I've seen him play for a while. Usually just sticks to his line, but he's been really good.
Yeah, Dean says the Ole is ringing out, and he says it's +6. Mark says Fabs has been good. Yeah, one of his best games in a while.
Six minutes is fine. I feel I'm not going to say it. Actually, I'm not going to say it, but I'm not as nervous as I usually am.
I mean, even 6 minutes in, like another goal for us isn't. It's literally been Paqueta's been the weak link a couple of times when we've been doing really decent moments of possession and with time, but we've given it away, which is frustrating. It's not like we were being pressed; it was just stupid. Lee says not playing 2 defensive holding midfielders is the big takeaway from tonight. Yeah, I mean, Alvarez, God, strange person. Is there a fire drill?
All panicking now. It's all gone quiet because we're just like Newcastle attacking. Cross comes in. Oh, great. Soufal there. Great defensive header.
Yep. I mean, if you could do that all the time. Yeah, DC says, where's the performance been all season? Actual performance second half. And the thing is, I mean, we could have Could have been even better saying that if we'd have played our cards right and Paqueta didn't give it away in a couple of moments.
Isaac, another
Spoons
shot
it there from Isaac. Did the Todibo injury look bad? It didn't.
No.
It didn't look like anything. He wasn't like particularly holding a hamstring or something. He just went down and then got up. I mean, I don't think he hobbled off. I think he walked off. But that's as much as I can tell you.
Yeah, it didn't look bad. I think it was more precautionary. Hopefully.
Does anyone know how many Newcastle corners first half? Sorry, didn't write that down. I mean, I could look. If we could look at Paddy Power, tell you the total corners, but I don't know if that would tell you first half. And I can't remember. If I had to guess, 3. I don't know. Look at that from Danny Ings, winning possession. Andy Irving bravely bringing it forward.
It's like a 23-year-old Ibrahimovic
passing it around, unchallenged by the now dominated Magpies.
Yeah, they are getting really frustrated. They're going to give away a yellow here.
We're freely passing it around. Sufar's done really well, but you can still tell in passing moments he's a bit of a weak link.
Yeah, he's a good squad player.
He will always do exactly what he'll just take it close to the line, close to this line, close to the line, hook over the top every time. 93 minutes, 3 minutes left to not let in 2 goals.
Oh, can it be so? Can we get a clean sheet? Come on, Paqueta.
I'm looking at 90+4 on the betting app, and this announcement is 30-second delay to the chat. I can't believe it. There's no one who would have bet on this. A single person.
No, we didn't even look at this bet. We didn't even look at the odds.
No one would have put £5 on what you just wouldn't do it. You'd think, why would I do that with £5? No way.
It reminds me of the opening of War of the Worlds. No one would have believed. And certainly didn't.
The only thing is that the comments still don't work. Boiler Blade says, guys, where does Kudus fit into this team? Good question. I mean, he should replace Antonio as striker.
Yeah,
I believe.
I mean, I'd go with that.
100% effort from everyone. Yeah, I mean, I did knock the huddle at the beginning, but I think we need to be a huddling team. Ross Mack is banging out the jingle bells. 25th of. I'm not sure we can quite. I don't know if the away support are going for it. Are they going for the jingle bells? Oh, what fun it is to watch West Ham win away.
There's a Newcastle free kick coming in, but West Ham fans are singing.
We're also playing Liverpool around Christmas time, which is always nice. For the whole feeder Scouser thing.
Cross comes in for Newcastle, cleared again. And we've been really good in the air. Anything that's been pumped in, we've dealt with.
Can't believe it. It's just this is unexpected, and
60 seconds to go.
It's good. Why not? Yeah, I mean, even this is it. We've won. We've won a game of football. Can't believe it. Can't believe it.
Christmas has come early, they say.
I mean, yeah, Julian says in a poll earlier, I went for West Ham win. We can all put that in polls, Julian. Money where your mouth is. You would have been absolutely quids in.
An absolute hoof up the pitch.
2-0.
Kind of strange, like Newcastle's urgency now with 20 seconds to go.
Clean sheet, little bit of luck in the first half, but still with energy. Second half, calmly passing it around.
Isak's been woeful, isn't he?
My God.
Time's up. Time's up. Come on, ref.
A faultless performance from West Ham. Eddie Howe, who I was busy praising when I went on a Newcastle channel in the week as a good football manager, has been strung up, outdone, shown up, embarrassed, and sent packing.
And that'll be it.
By
That's it.
Julen Lopetegui, who only needs 3 months in a football club to transfer his ideas to the players.
Oh, well, that was lovely for us. And Geo's going to have a lovely chat with you all in a minute, I'm sure, because we've actually played well. We've won. We should play Monday nights every week.
Yeah, well, I think we've only got one daylight fixture in December or something nonsense like that, or until the 21st of December. So I think we're under the floodlights for the next 5 out of 6 or something.
Lovely. Well, I'll take that on.
There we go. We're back into Europa League 25-26 season. See you there. And we will see you for an inevitable 2-0 victory over Arsenal on Saturday.
Come on, you Irons.